like, this ain't right. Like, what the fuck? Like, when is he gonna get it? When is he gonna get it? So,
like my last breath. When was I gonna get my last breath?
no,
Yeah.
no, like, when is he gonna get it that he needs this shit? So I straight up told him, I'm like, you want somebody else raising your son?
She said that.
That work?
So yeah, make the appointment.
And when we went, so the way I was originally
And it
telling
was
the story,
so bad that they didn't let, after his appointment, when he came back with the results, they didn't let him leave without a machine. That he was that bad.
yeah, the lady
that
was like,
bad.
you're super high. Like, I forget what it was. The number was like something. It stops per hour, was it, or minute? Or
I don't remember,
know, 'cause they
but it was-
So we went. They gave me the machine. They said, go home and sleep. Now, I went another time before I went. And they said I was cool or whatever. I spent the first time I ever went, it was the worst shit because you had to spend the night.
And you're like all hooked up.
And you're hooked up. So I'm in and they got like a TV and they're trying to, oh yeah, come in your pajamas so you're real comfortable and shit. But you're in a medical facility. And thankfully that's the only time I've ever been in one that long. And
But this motherfucker had no issue sleeping.
no, I didn't knock out that night that I was there. How you know? You weren't there.
I was there.
You were by my side.
I stayed there.
No, you didn't. You had to leave.
I did the test too, babe.
No, you were not in the room with me. You were not holding my hand. You weren't cuddling.
No, but I did the test.
You didn't have your booty in my area. None of that. I was solo on a bed, on a fucking laid on my back. And I don't even like that. I said I can't sleep on my side. No, you sleep on your back. I'm like, it's some bullshit. I'm uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So whatever, you come out, they go, oh, no, you're fine. Okay, I was like, whatever. So I was already skeptical because she's the type where she's like, I think you got this. Or, you know, maybe
Nah,
this is
because
wrong
I
with you or
be,
whatever.
you know, I mean, whatever.
No,
I
no,
haven't
you
been
be what?
wrong.
You
I haven't
be
been
what?
wrong.
What do you mean you haven't been wrong?
I haven't been wrong.
As far as what?
As far as, you know, you're saying that
I'm saying you worry too much.
I'm trying to get better, whatever.
So
But that's
the second
beyond the
time-
point that you stop breathing for 2 fucking minutes.
Well, it's also beyond the point that you let me stop breathing for 2 minutes. That's the question. How long is acceptable time to let your
She
love
just had to wait
not
it out,
breathe?
just so she had a good argument, so you don't go like, oh, it's just 30 seconds. You're
So
fine.
45 seconds isn't enough? A minute isn't
She
enough?
thought 2 was good.
I was like, okay,
You made it?
a minute, that's already
Dan,
a lot.
please pick your mic up. I need to ask you a question.
Oh,
So,
we're recording already?
yeah, we've been recording since. This is a funny story that we had to tell. We'll start the intro to the show another way, but this is some funny shit. We got to get this. So, Dan, how long in your mind is too long for your love, Rachel, to not allow you to breathe? To breathe, yes. How long is too long for you?
Oh, man.
Daniel Cresp.
I'm thinking maybe 10 seconds.
10
15
seconds, right? Now, let's put the shoe.
I'm a big dude here, because if I go down, it's Titanic over here. Jack ain't holding the fuck on. You know what I mean? Shit, we going under.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot. How long would you allow Rachel not to breathe?
Oh, man, I tap the shit out of her all the time because I'm thinking that she don't breathe and shit like that. So, no, it's like maybe like 2 seconds.
2
if
seconds.
That. Like,
Damn.
I get fearful with shit. Like, no.
Don't be letting nobody sleep and shit.
There you go. Finally.
So let me just say this. So, my love, 2 minutes? I was not breathing for 2 minutes.
It's extreme, right?
That
And you
was-
still didn't fucking get it. He still didn't fucking get it. 2 minutes. You acting like this now because you breathing and shit. But back then, if I would have told you he didn't get it, I could have said 5. Not that I wasn't gonna take it that
So
far.
how long would you have went?
4.5.
2
Sound
minutes.
good.
Oh, so 2
To
minutes.
me, I was like a minute. That's enough. But then I'm
But then
like,
somebody's like, fuck it, let's see if we can get to 2.
Oh, he gonna learn today.
Let's see if
So
we
I was
can
like-
get to 2.
so I was like, nah, it's not gonna be enough for him. So it needs to be extreme.
It has to be a good
You know what?
argument.
If you told me that I didn't breathe for a good minute, I'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
It was like almost 2 minutes.
Right,
It
I
was
believe
over
you. I'm not
a minute
saying-
for sure.
I'm not saying you're lying. What I'm saying is you waited too long. So if you don't
You're
hear me-
still here.
That's not a crazy-
So
crazy guy.
no, if I
Good
waited too
lungs.
long and I still told you and you're like, no, you're like, nah, that's cool. Like that's cool. You didn't see it. You didn't see it, right? You didn't see anything wrong. I had to tell you. Now, you want somebody else to raise your son
Right,
for you
so
to go to the
low
fucking.
key-
Your ego is what hurt.
No,
it'd have been 2 minutes and 10 more seconds.
Listen,
Oh,
the
man.
reality of it was when you told me that I had to think about what I was losing. So I was like, okay, if
So
this
when it
hap-
was just me, it ain't shit. But now
Oh,
that it's
shit.
your son,
no, because
trust me,
you
baby.
like to hold on, you like to blow stuff up, you know. So
Except
as
for
we
them
know,
lungs.
yeah,
oh, dude.
yeah, we're at episode 23, so people know this. So I thought that here you are again, because again I went to the spot and they were like, you're good. So then I'm like, you're saying this and that. I'm just like, fuck. Okay.
You weren't as bad then.
right.
But as the time went
agreement.
by, excuse
pretty
me,
cool.
as time went by, it started getting worse and worse.
right.
You were there.
I'm not
You know-
denying.
Oh, I know- this is,
I'm a-
yeah, he the
You're
most
out
sleepiest motherfucker on the
And
planet
you would
over
deny
here.
it. No, I'm awake. I'm awake.
Yeah. You called me Missy Elliott earlier.
You over here having a full-on convo with shit like, man, D, what we gonna get into later?
Welcome in the streets.
I do not miss that shit. I don't miss that shit.
So
Oh, yeah, he the worst
yes,
co-pilot
shit.
ever.
I
and
had-
shit.
he probably
the
would
worst
have. He probably
co-pilot.
would have fell asleep here, huh?
I had issues that I admit to. So I went, and it was, well, actually, so the original story I was trying to tell was rest in peace to my nigga Norm.
Ugh.
But it was when I went to visit Norm and Adrena, the kids, and Norm was like, yeah, I'm on the, I'm on the
Sleep
machine,
apnea,
sleep apnea machine. And so it finally resonated to me because now it was relevant. Somebody who, is my brother is in the same situation. And so we chopped it up or whatever. And again, it was my ego. It was a masculine thing. How dare I need, a man shouldn't need assistance in breathing and all this type of shit like that, So it's something I accepted as far as making sure I'm around for my family. You know what I mean? And so Norm in the conversation was like, plus, it'll add 45 seconds to your stroke game.
Did it?
Damn.
No bullshit. Added 2 minutes.
Damn, man.
I'll take the.
Hey, I need to get one. Let me double up. I'm trying to get you a whole minute and a half, baby. Whole minute and a half. Is that what you
Nah.
want for Christmas?
We be going through a playlist like
Oh,
it's
shit.
fucking.
Oh shit.
But I think that's you, and you needing things to occur in a certain chronicle series of orders of shit.
It's
like
only
that.
the same. You want your food made. So
Yeah.
shit. You ask for certain
Amen.
things. I ask for others.
Amen.
She don't want
Shit.
peanut butter and jelly,
Maybe.
motherfucker. Shit.
No, she ain't.
I want my chorizo too.
Oh damn. Shit.
No
But it's
days.
different type of chorizo.
Yeah. So
It has huevos too.
Oh shit.
That's why you call me Papa.
Oh
You see
shit.
that? Where's Papa Joe? I did it. Ah. Okay. Anyway.
Maybe I should have waited more than 2 minutes.
And you probably be living somewhere else right
Oh,
now.
shit.
I'll be here, babe. Well, you be here, and I'll be in the house.
Why
You
would
be in
I
the garage. I'll rent you this area.
Oh damn.
Ooh. So one time, Rach, we get into this like silly ass argument. It's not even real shit. We're just fucking around. And no. Just we're laying in bed. We're
Choose
watching.
your words wisely.
Because that's a silly ass argument.
It might be silly to
You're
you.
gonna be on this silly ass couch.
In your silly ass house. Honestly, we argue about a lot of silly shit that at the end of the day doesn't mean shit. We do
I
that.
know, we do.
So it's silly. I would never, if I knew something.
But okay, what was it about?
If I knew something
me be the
emotionally
Yeah.
hurt you, then I would never find it silly.
Okay, let me
But a
see.
lot of times we argue over where you want the fucking napkins.
Toothpicks to be? Yes.
Exactly. That's silly. And we're just
It's not,
arguing
'cause-
over other shit. We're not arguing
Yeah, I guess
over
it's
that.
my OCD.
Okay, whatever.
But okay, I haven't been.
So-
What was you arguing over?
So no, we're laying in
No,
bed.
just because I do this where they belong, and he be looking. Sorry.
No, like I don't
so,
need that energy, and
You know the
slam it down
toothpick,
the
the
gauntlet and
toothpicks
shit
don't go
like that.
here. The toothpicks go here, so I
Yeah.
slam it down.
So put it down like a civilized human being. Or put it
So
down with
you
this
you
force.
as well, you can do the same. Civilized, I
Oh,
gotta be
shit.
I gotta be behind you doing shit. Maybe it goes both ways. So
Hey, well, at least you acknowledge that. High five. It does go both ways. There we go. We're making progress. Year what?
11.
Yeah, there we go. So anyway, we're laying in bed, and she used to love the "I could kill my husband and get away with it" shit. Women
Snapped.
who murder, snapped, all this type of shit. So we're laying there in bed, and I like to lay sometimes with the TV being in the background, and we're just in bed looking at each other, and we're just talking about bullshit, having a good time or whatever. And so she looks at me and looks into, as what was it, Key and Peele said, the windows of my soul type shit. She looks at me, and she normally, isn't that locked in. So I'm like, oh, wow, she's about to come with some deep shit right now. She's like, I think I could kill you and get away with it.
No, I didn't say I think. I said I know I can kill you and get away with it.
That's what she said. So I'm just like, in my mind, I'm processing.
And then I said, gave him a kiss and said goodnight.
Ooh, shit.
So in my mind,
You've never moved so quick. You woke up. This was pre-machine, pre-sleep apnea machine.
Oh,
so
she was telling me the 2 minutes. Nigga, you on the clock. So
but you a better man than me.
in my mind, I'm
You
processing.
better
But check this out. In my mind, I'm processing.
of
what
course
she
this
said.
isn't. I mean, he just knows about this now.
Oh,
Not now, but like
I'm processing what she just said in my mind. I'm like, she really thinks that, huh? I said, it's all right. I said, everything's in Dan's name anyway.
oh shit.
What? What'd you say? She was hella pissed. Why? What kind of shit is that? What kind of gay ass shit is that?
No,
Or
I
whatever.
was
She's
like,
over here
have Dan suck your dick, man.
That's what she said. She's like, well, you know what? Then have Dan suck your dick. She was heated. And I was, I was like, okay, so kill me then. See what, basically see what happens. I know she was bullshit.
And this
but I
is
just had
before
fun with her.
Tito, right? This is
yeah,
before, yeah.
And I was just, I had to throw that at her. She was trying to be slick with it or whatnot. So that was comedy.
No,
I thought that was
but-
funny.
You're worth to me more alive than dead, babe.
Can you explain that? Like, are we talking about like with the dollar sign attached to it? What is worth?
Everything.
What does that mean though?
Everything.
Worth.
You're
What is
worth.
my worth? To
You are my
Yeah,
like
Alicia Keys.
my life.
Where's my piano? I'm asking. What's your husband's
life.
worth? I'm worth your life. Okay. That's what's up. What is that? That's the kind of fake ass wink you just hit me with right there.
That was a sexy wink.
No.
I'm not a good
no.
winker.
That's like the cheesy nigga at the end of the bar. Wink.
Oh, shit.
Hi.
Hey, why you giving up my game for,
Hey.
man? Why you giving up my game?
That's how he caught you, Ray. He
Yeah.
got you with the wink.
Was the wink?
That was one of his lenses moving and shit. He was like, like that. You came over. Hi. Were you winking at him? Oh yeah, girl. Well, hey, how you doing? Daniel. Well, hey, welcome to the episode of the Moragne. We started off just on some other shit, which was I think is pretty dope. But I'm Diami, and hold on, you are
Mimi.
beautiful. And tonight with me, I got my man's, my boy, the one and only.
It's your boy, Son Capone, the greatest rapper never known.
What it do, man?
Chilling, man.
Chilling like what? A villain?
Chilling like a villain.
How you been, man?
Good, man. Grateful and good. With all this craziness going on, man, I'm blessed.
Yep. That's real talk. And you are accompanied tonight by Miss Rachel. What's good?
Tonight and every night.
Okay, and every
Clarify
every
that.
okay, every night. Wait, every night. I'm sorry.
Every night.
Okay, yes, every single night and every single day. So that has been clarified.
Thank you.
Is there such thing as clarified butter? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay, so clarified like butter. That's what I wanted to say on that one. So how have you
Oh, I
been?
thought you were speaking kitchen terms. But okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Rach, how you been? What's good with you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, how's my guy been treating you?
Well, you know,
Uh-oh.
nah, pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
He's behaving.
Good. That's good. Behave. That's what you got to do.
He's gonna give it an Ike Turner look.
Oh, is that that? But is that the same wink that caught her? You know?
You know, I'm
Damn.
multi-functional.
Yeah,
Shit,
that's
man.
how is living with that wink then? You don't know if it's the good or the bad wink. How do you
Yeah.
determine which wink it's gonna
That's
be?
What we do is we keep her on her toes. You
You
know,
don't know.
shit. Uh-uh.
Good morning, like hi, hey baby, yeah, you know, Man, that was real good, girl. Oh, what's wrong? So, yeah, but it's good that to be able to pull up with you in person. Babe, thank you for the wonderful food that you cooked earlier. Shout out to the Fly, who's just flying around. Special guest. We'll try to pull up with him a little later.
You ain't coming home with us tonight.
We've been in here almost an hour. And the minute we start recording, he's like, yo, I didn't get the invite. You know.
Everybody's starstruck these days.
Everybody want to be on, right? So, yeah, blessed to be here with everybody. Thank you. And if you're listening on Spotify, Facebook, Lisbon, thank you for joining as well. Like I said, this is episode 23 of the Moragnes. And we're not going to be too newsworthy tonight. We're just going to kind of really talk about not so much just relationships, but just dive into just really experiences or just views on different things. And so first thing that I wanted to discuss was things that we discussed before marriage, you and I, things that we discussed before marriage. I always remember one time you were like, I have something big I got to tell you. And I'm like, you do? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, what is it? No, I don't want to tell you on the phone. I want to tell you in person. And I was like, all right, shit, what is it? You know what I mean? So it was like a couple days before we had seen each other. And I was trying to get it through her, you know, on the phone, but she wasn't giving it up.
By then, we were already getting serious, right?
Yeah, no, I was definitely in love with you. I was like, yeah, this is, you know, I'm going to try to make this work or whatever.
Oh, shit.
No, I wasn't.
She started the conversation. Yeah, so that's when we were serious, right? And if I was like, nah, we wasn't serious.
We were,
oh, yeah, you're right. No, we was cool right there. You know, I don't even know I told you, but I did because I trusted you.
No, I remember because, I mean, if I was telling you this, yeah, of course. I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, so we're dry. So anyway, I'm thinking of all the craziest shit I could think. Like, what the fuck? You know, there's a kid gonna pop out.
Oh,
she's married. You know, she on Pornhub.
Oh,
you know what I mean? She used to do this.
It's all the worst case scenario.
I'm just thinking about shit that, like, what could it be? Because she's saying, I can't tell you anything until I see you face to face.
So
That's
assuming it's some fucked up
Right,
shit.
that's normally some shit that, you know, I need to see your reaction, and I maybe need to even kind of be there to lessen it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, damn. So you know, she's driving. I'm in the whip. She's telling me what's going on, and I'm just like, all right. She's like, so I have something I got to tell you, but do you remember you promised I could, you know?
No,
what was the conversation?
Like, I don't remember, but I remember like being on the freeway or something.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, we're getting serious and everything, so I just wanted to, you know, be clear about this. And then I told you that
I don't like my burgers with pickles.
I was I was in debt or something with the credit card.
Yeah, she's like, I have a credit card debt of like $5,000. Oh, it's like,
little did I know.
Hey, you know when the cops.
How relieving was when that weight was lifted.
You know when the cops let you go, when they pull you over, that's how I felt. I was like, woo, yes. Cause yeah, she's like 5,000. I'm like, well, shit, I got like 6. It's tracking.
Oh shit.
And I remember,
We on the same page. We on the same page.
I cleared it before we really started getting serious and talking about marriage. Remember, I paid that shit off. But yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
Well, no, because it's called the segue. Golly. Shout out to wearemetoo.com because they went ahead and had, I guess, surveyed some Latinas who say don't get married until you've confirmed these things. So first is discussing mental health stuff. So any mental health issues, compatibility when it comes to feelings, just those type of things. And I think that's important now, not so much for a classification of somebody saying, hey, you have this issue. I think mental health is, needs to be looked at a little differently as well as a day-to-day thing. How healthy are you today mentally? You know what I mean? And what is my compatibility with you? How does who you are, who I might have to compromise myself to be, how does that make me feel mentally about myself? You know, you might feel good about a relationship physically or, you know, just being in the space together, but mentally you might be feeling a certain way. It might be unhealthy for you in some sort of way. So I think that's a very important thing to discuss. I'm gonna start with you, Simon. How do you feel, you know, those type of conversations or just that compatibility of you and that person kind of having the same mentality?
Well, I mean, you got to leave everything, or you got to present everything out to the open, and you got to be open to discuss everything, you know. And if you're taking that next step, this is somebody you're committing the rest of your life with.
Yeah, right.
So you should be honest and open about, you know, I mean, obviously mental health and everything else, you know. I mean, you got to put it all out on the table. So I think it's very important that, I mean, obviously communication is probably the most important thing with everything. So, I mean, if you are hiding that, you know, or hiding any symptoms and shit like that, then what else are you hiding? You know?
Right. I feel if you're not willing to talk your innermost feelings and emotions, then what else are you not willing,
Exactly.
to really
what else are you
talk about?
protecting or, covering for?
How do you feel about that, Rachel? Is that a big thing to be mentally compatible with somebody going into a relationship?
You have to. If
You have
really
to?
see like a future with them,
Right.
you got to make sure that they can handle you at your best and at your worst, and let them
that's
know
true too, yeah.
how it is, because you move in together and it's all a surprise, you know. So you have to in order to make it work, or else they're gonna run the second your inner crazy comes out, and that's gonna suck even more if you got an apartment together, a car together, or something.
Yeah, that is true. You make that step, and then it falls apart because of the fact that yes, I've seen this person at their lowest, or I've now seen them at their lowest, and this is nothing I want to be a part of. And it is messed up, but sometimes you can't really hold the other person accountable for it, because if that person would have seen it before, so it's messed up. I think that truly in those situations becomes a test of, do you really love this person?
Yeah.
Because then it becomes, can I help this person through whatever they're going through while still mentally being healthy enough to continue with a healthy and functional relationship? That's a tough one. What do you think, mi vida? Have you not been listening for the past 5 minutes?
Yes, I was listening.
Okay, so we're talking about how compatible you need to be with someone mentally in the same relationship, and should you discuss mental health before you get married?
Did we really discuss mental health? I don't think we really discussed mental health, but you know my crazy. So, what?
No, we did discuss mental health. Yeah, we did.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I mean, to a point. Damn, they ganging up. to a point where like we've discussed mental health in our
Relationship.
Within our family, like what's
Right.
happened and circumstances.
But I'm
of
saying
like,
personally, we talked about mental health. You and I. Your personal, my personal. No, you don't
I don't
remember that?
remember.
No, okay. All right. So how do you feel, though, about, do you need to be mentally compatible with someone? Can you and a person, can you be with someone who mentally doesn't make you happy and still stay in that relationship?
I mean, define mentally. Like, how do you not mentally, like, it's your, meaning like you don't support me mentally, or?
What I'm meaning is you're unhappy, you're in an unhappy state in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
The family's fine, you know what I mean? The picture looks great, but, inside, that I'm not happy. I'm not happy in this relationship for whatever reason. Could be you're not getting enough attention. Could be, there's just different reasons. But, do you think you could go through that and just for the sake of being in a relationship? Or, is that something that's important to you? Do you need to to know that you're happy, your mindset.
No, you need to be. It's something confusing.
I think it's pretty basic. But
no,
let me
well, you need to be.
perfect
but
opportunity. Shout out my boy Cali Dreams.
fuck.
So go to
Like, you be-
CaliDreamZ.com.
Why you bringing this type of shit?
What do you
when
mean?
be
It's just
just,
regular
like,
herbs.
be thinking and shit.
You was telling stories just a minute ago.
Yeah,
minute
but
time
I
was
gotta
time to
think about it.
self-reflect.
It's because I didn't prepare and
La,
shit.
la, land.
I didn't have time with this damn fucking refrigerator.
With the refrigerator.
Reading
All
the
right.
questions. You send them tardy too.
I sent him tardy.
But
Okay.
I know, yes, if you're we need to support each other mentally, of
Right,
course.
of course.
If you're not having a good day or whatever, that's what you're talking about.
Just in
Or
general.
mentally, as in going to fucking therapy. Either way,
Right.
y'all gotta support yourself and
Uh-huh.
throw
So
out
bottom
it all.
line is
It's
support.
important.
Support.
Yeah, for mental health. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even now, we were young. Like I told you, like right now, I'm fucking anxious. I'm,
Like Jenny
I
Wang.
need fucking meds. I need them because I needed a therapist.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cause fuck. So yeah, you supported me with it.
Of course.
You support me with anything,
Right.
as I do.
Right.
I mean, except if you try to do something extreme and shit. I know you're gonna try to run like 5 miles right now. Like that's I would say like take it easy, but
Okay.
but for the most part,
Yeah.
we
We do support
Yeah.
each other. Yeah.
we look for the best, what's best for you, like
Right.
for each
Right,
other.
Right. And I've always told you for a very long time you should be speaking to someone. You know what I mean? That you are confident in to work out what you need to go ahead and work out. So I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. Whatever is going to make you happier makes me happier. Makes my family happier. And so that's kind of what I'm saying is like, I feel there, a lot. It's important to discuss mental health because, the strain of relationships really break these relationships in the day-to-days that come, the hard times, and you have to make sure that other person is going to be as strong as you when times work out. And that's why a lot of relationships between broke people and rich people, or people who've worked really hard, and the kid who might have not had to work, when they come together, those relationships, if they hit rocky times, a lot of times that other person doesn't want to work as hard, or whatever the situation could be, vice versa. It could be a lazy cat, whatever it might be, So, it's definitely something you need to talk about when it comes to your mental health history, because you want to know, of course, if we choose to procreate, what are we doing here?
Oh, you talking about that?
That's a part of it, but also,
She caught up.
yeah, she got it.
The fuck, like.
But also, am I gonna be able to? Come on, baby. You're saying that. What is important about a relationship? Are you just saying the passion and the love making that we have?
No.
and
I
the
mean,
kid that
mental.
we
Like,
have?
I wasn't really understanding your question, but okay, like like I was in the right path. So, like I said, my crazy. I exposed it back then,
Of
and
course,
that's
what I
why.
was saying, yeah.
Like right now, I tell you, don't be doing new shit. You didn't do that shit when we were dating, so don't be trying to do new
What
shit.
kind of new shit?
What is
Like,
new
what kind of
shit?
new
Like,
shit?
just new
Yeah,
shit.
please speak on the new shit. I don't even know what the new
Yeah.
shit is. It's new to me.
No, it
New
hasn't.
shit, new shit.
It hasn't been, like lately. But
The remix.
as like new,
Some
I'm sure-
random stuff.
Yeah, just new.
You know
shit,
what
like,
he did recently that he's never done? He ignored me for his phone.
Whoa.
For football, for Sunday football.
Whoa.
He's never done that.
Whoa.
Granted, we haven't been together for very long,
Time
but in this
capizzle.
entire time,
Uh,
never brought up the phone. I would go over, phones in the living room, we're in the room, the phone's in the room, we're in the living room, whatever it is.
Time capizzle.
So talking about new stuff, huh?
It's fantasy football Sunday though.
It don't matter. It's shopping with
I had
your
a couple
girlfriend.
injuries going on.
Sunday.
and don't be giving bitches carts and shit. I
Yeah,
heard about
yeah.
that.
Oh shit.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Carts.
Irvine lady, you
What
suck.
Wow.
I
But,
got-
I mean,
I
she
got-
punked
I
you
got-
for the
I
car.
got punked. I turned the fuck around and, I'm with my
So,
woman and shit.
You
and
better
I-
say, "Give me my
shit.
cart back." There's
That's
other
my
carts
girl's
there.
cart.
This bitch had her paws on it talking about thank you. What the
So
fuck
you
am I
say
supposed
no,
to do?
that is not a thank you. My girl, you see her right there, that's her cart. You want yours? Get your man to get you yours, or you get your own.
So yeah, what is he supposed to do? That's what he's supposed to tell her. He's supposed
What
to
would
be
you
aggressive
have
with her.
done?
I don't think someone snatched the cart from me, a female.
No.
I don't think. From Dan, maybe. Me, no. I just don't think so. In Irvine,
No.
nah. I don't
What?
think they
No,
want that
what?
smoke. I don't think they want that smoke.
No, what would you do though?
In what scenario?
Hypothetical.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Shit.
Check one, two. Welcome
about doing something different.
Yeah.
Nah, like he's trying to get away from answering that question.
No, give me the scenario. I'm
the
getting
scenario. Explain
Albert,
the scenario.
explain it,
We're at
please.
Walmart. We're
Yes.
at the little card section, and he goes and he always gets the card for us, and I'm waiting there on the side, and he, busts the cards out, and he's pulling one out. This lady comes out of nowhere and just grabs it and is like, "Oh, thank you." All happy, and I'm like, "The hell?" And I'm just looking at him like, "What are you gonna do?" And he does nothing, you guys.
What do you mean? What am I? She did snatch the shit. So we walk in and where the carts are, it's a fucking tunnel. You know what I mean? So they got the tunnel on the side of the store or whatever, and it's enclosed and shit like that, and they got like a little wall where they hold the carts. So I go into the tunnel to go ahead and grab the cart, and I'm turned the other way. She's behind me, and I gotta pull the cart out and then turn the motherfucker around. And as soon as I turn the fuck around, this bitch is right in front of me, in front of the cart. She has her paws on the cart, and I look at her, and she's like, "Thank you," and just snatched the shit from me. So I'm like, what am I supposed to
And
do?
that was the last cart? There was no other
No,
cart?
there was
There was
more
more.
carts.
Oh.
There was more carts here.
Those sound
You
like
see?
They were
Wait a
stocked,
minute.
bro.
Wait a minute.
They were
Wait a
stocked.
minute. Wait a minute. So my guy, Simon Capone, is being Daniel Crespo, is being a gentleman and giving this lady a cart. There's plenty other carts there within reach, or did you have to walk hella far?
No, it's in reach.
She could have done that herself. I brought my man to get me my card.
Oh, so that's what it's about. That's your man.
That's
and your
my
man
cart.
should not be fetching other ladies their carts. And should also not let the
let's
cart.
turn it around. Let's turn it around,
let's
though.
turn around.
Let's say I go to
Let's
get
flip
him
it
a
around.
soda, right? I go to the fridge, I get him a soda. Another random ass guy comes and just grabs the soda and says thank you. Am I just supposed to be like, "Oh, you're welcome," and let me go get my man another one? Like the fridge is right behind me, bro. You finish your own
that's
drink,
different.
right?
I mean, when you put it.
Well,
but
I mean,
that's-
I'm not tripping if the motherfucker grabbed the Pepsi
No,
and took the
no,
fuck
no.
off. You know
But
what I mean?
wouldn't
You
like
say
it.
that
You
now.
wouldn't like it if another man took the soda that I got for you
Nah, you wouldn't like that.
at all.
You would
Don't
be-
even try.
You would be heated. Let's not lie.
So what would you have done?
What? So you know,
you
hold
ducked
on,
this
hold
whole.
on. No, I'm not
You
ducking.
stopped breathing for 2 minutes, motherfucker.
You pushing it. You pushing it.
Obviously, the white bitches that stole your snatching my goddamn card. But go ahead.
So, she comes up to me and puts her hands on the cart. I'm going to say, "Excuse me, that's my cart." You know I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to get the cart.
Cause I'm over there waiting like already.
Yo, listen, you going to make a beeline to where the fuck you trying to buy. You ain't going to care what happened. I'm going to push you in like I always do. But like, can you believe that happened? What? Oh, that happened where? Anyway, remember cucumbers and I need bouillon, but the Middle Eastern kind and shit. I was like, I just had to yell at somebody outside. Oh, chicken thighs are 49 cents. Oh, we might have to get in line here. She ain't worried about nothing. We had a time crunch today. And she's like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll be in food for less for 15 minutes."
Oh, nah.
But we still made it in time.
She pulls out. Oh, look at it. Or we're pulling in. It's not even that busy. This is like we can barely find parking, and it's
We did.
it's the
find
third
parking.
Friday of the month, so everybody's out shopping.
It was Thanksgiving.
We got
Yeah,
it. We
you got the
got in
holiday
there.
coming over,
It was,
yeah.
it was horrible.
Luckily, she broke off and found another little line because we would have probably been waiting in line for at least.
I was
hour.
plotting. I'm like, man, I don't want these motherfuckers about to open. So I'm looking. I'm like, ooh, because the lines were, yours was the shortest.
Yeah,
So I'm looking, and
that
then
was still about
some
4
dude,
people away.
I believe the truth.
You know what? Look, can we get through this topic? You do too much. You just do too much.
So we all agree that what he did was wrong.
You know what? I feel he was being a gentleman.
A gentleman.
In a
A
time when he
gentleman
should have been like,
would
"Excuse
be
me, this is my
no.
card."
A gentleman would be taking that cart to his woman, because that's the only woman that matters.
Ooh.
Now this
That should
lady,
be a
again,
gentleman.
she wasn't like older. She wasn't like in her late 60s, late 70s.
And a cane,
like,
she had a
I'm not
cane,
gonna fight
nothing?
a granny. You know,
Okay.
it's
Right,
all
there was no
right.
reason
See, but
to
it's a
get
double
physical.
standard. Her age is still a woman. You know what I mean? And you wasn't complaining. Hold
She
up,
was
hold up,
more
hold
than
up.
capable.
You wasn't complaining
Uh-oh.
when the 80-year-old lady in the walker couldn't lift her water supply up into her trunk because she had all the shit in her trunk. So I had to move the shit over for the trunk. You wasn't flexing on that old
Of
lady.
course
She's
not.
older. That's somebody's
But it's
grandma.
Still, but it's still a woman. I see all.
But she was
but
more
I
than
see-
capable of getting her own car.
No, I understand, but I was raised as a gentleman to help women out. Period. My mama didn't have.
You
help.
weren't trying
no,
to
but
help
listen,
her,
but
though.
listen.
She helped
no,
herself.
but I'm still gonna be a gentleman because my mama didn't have help. There was no man in the house to help my mama out. So I got a
How
soft spot
hard
for
is
all
it?
women.
How hard is
be
it to get a
gentleman.
cart?
Huh?
How hard is
What?
it to get your own damn
Oh, you know
cart?
what
It's
you
not.
coulda
It's not
said
that
then?
hard.
Okay,
It's
now
not
you
that
know.
hard, but how hard? I mean, how hard is it for me to get?
Okay,
grab
Mr.
another one
Gentleman, why
right
didn't
there
you
in the
say?
way?
Why didn't you say, "Hey, that's my woman's cart. I can get you one, but I'm gonna get hers first."
You still got your cart. I mean,
After
I got
her.
your cart,
After
and I pushed the
her.
motherfucker. What are you talking about?
You did not.
Did you pay for it? Did you pay for it? I'm just kidding. Okay, next time, exactly. Like she said, next time you know, now you know. If there is a next time, you can be a gentleman, but say, let me get my wife her card
Baby,
first. I'll get you yours.
You know what? I can give that bitch 50 carts.
I
But
don't
you
care.
you got my bed.
That is not gonna fix it, buddy. No, no.
It's not gonna fix it, but we not gonna look for carts tonight, right?
There's a meeting in my
But I love you, baby. You beautiful.
We're gonna talk after this.
Oh.
See
So
what you don't just start.
no, this is great conversation. This is gonna bring them closer together. Now he knows. Get the fucking cart first.
Yeah.
That,
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
I'm cussing hoes out.
That's
You
been
bitches better not go by me when I grab my cart.
that
You
is
gonna get your feelings hurt.
that has been clearly established. 80 and up, it's good. But anything below that, you could be 77. I'm sorry, you gotta get your own cart.
Hey, this shit was 6 weeks ago, 45 motherfucking days ago, and we reliving it like it was 2 minutes.
Oh,
But
and
if
it
I
ain't
would've
over
get-
yet.
But if I were to
don't
get
die.
another man,
It won't
something
die.
It
that
don't die.
problem would
I-
still be talked
Hey,
about.
I got straight Candyman in my motherfucking
You
or
got
in my
Jason
bathroom
fucking
and shit.
Voorhees, nigga. They doing Friday the 13th all day. They don't die. She'll pull some shit out the hat right now. Remember that? The midgets? That you was the little people you were looking at in Home Depot? This
On
was
the ass, yeah.
or in
Costco.
Costco. This was over 10 years, a decade ago. A decade ago. And
Hey,
she
we were sending midget memes to you, fucking
Yeah,
man,
and
like
her-
less than a year
and
ago.
her and her
and
mama
shit,
get
yeah.
fired up. And they're laughing and just and
Oh
then she'll
no,
get
little
mad.
people will be politically
Yeah, no,
correct.
little
The
people. Then she get
yeah.
mad, and then she gets mad when I'm like, "Well, you 5'2", so
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
not me,
Fuck you.
my little person, I'm good."
It was a joke, but this, we got to clown when we can. So
we got to clown when we can. You clown it all the time. That's all you do is clown. Should join the circus.
But he's the one that be getting all hurt about
I
it.
do not get hurt.
I was
don't
just
say
like,
anything back.
why is he staring? That's rude. Why is he staring? So I'm just, I need.
He wasn't staring. He's just checking out little ass.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Nah, so what happened was we were in Costco, and we're just pushing the car. We're walking through Costco.
Oh, you was pushing all right.
And then all of a sudden, around the corner comes this little person.
You didn't know
And-
if you wanted a hot dog or go to Oz and shit. He went to see the wizard and shit.
So person hits the corner, and I'm just like, "Yo, okay." I was shocked.
No.
And then her mom, and then looked
No.
back at me. Yes, yes.
She got
But
ass.
that, like he was like,
I was shocked, I'm shocked, and it was just out of the norm
like he
for
couldn't
me.
Hey,
have
did
made
she
it
have
more
an LA
obvious.
face?
I couldn't
With a
see her
hulking
face.
booty
She was,
and shit.
she was walking in front of me, so I'm behind her. I see her just hit a corner with a group of people, and I'm just like, "Yo," and then they're looking at me, and then her mom's like, "Oh, you like short, you like little people or whatever."
My mom.
Yeah.
Just a little fetish.
Yeah. And I was like, well, like I said, I got your daughter. You know what I mean? We good. We Gucci. We Gucci.
I'm 5'2".
Oh, well, in high heels.
No.
So, parenting style, is that something? Did we talk about parenting style when before we got married?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we said what we weren't gonna. What were some of the things that we said we weren't gonna do that our parents did?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
We were still gonna whoop that ass. That's for sure.
It's gonna be addressed, because with parenting, I mean, with parenting, it's still for you to predict how you gonna parent is very hard.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You can say one thing, but with parenting, I think it's probably one of the most challenging things as we endure as humans, because with kids, you can only see yourself on how you want to raise your kids, but then when they're here, it's a whole different relationship because they're here. So
Right.
with that, I mean, you can go ahead and lay the standards and the morals and things of that nature as far as, the fundamentals of religion and where you want to go with them in education and things of that nature. But again, you're not going to, you can discuss it and just kind of lay some of it out the line. But as far as the accuracy and carrying it out, step by step, you're probably going to get maybe, I would say, 60 to 70% of what you had discussed.
Right, and because you're also raising another person, so you can't really ever say, "Oh, this person's
She
gonna."
was gonna say a little person.
You're raising another person, so it's like you can't really predict how they're gonna react. You get to see their personality, but again, they can go different ways and have different feelings. So I think you set up a framework of how you would deal with situations, but if you try to run it, you have to, in my opinion, you have to adapt to not your morals as a parent, but the way that you deliver those and the way that you parent to the individual that you're raising. I mean, that's my opinion.
I always said we weren't gonna do certain things, and we did talk about it. We did say we were okay with certain spankings. We were okay with just letting him do what he wants. Like, meaning we're not going to push. Yeah, we're not going to push him towards liking something. If he wants to be a fucking Jedi, like, whatever, that's cool. Like, I don't like it. No, but like right now, like, he wants to be, he wanted to sleep with his sword, and right now he thinks, so I'm like, whatever. It's not what I like, but if he likes it, I support it. But yeah, I mean, we spoke about it.
Yeah, no, we did.
Yeah,
we did. I think that, for the most part, what we've discussed as a whole, we're doing. Where, there's other things that we said we would do, but, we're dealing with a different child than we thought we would have.
Of course,
and that's what you mean. Like, you really don't know until you're actually in the situation. There's a lot of things. It's fucking hard.
And again, it's just about communication. You know what I mean? Because if again, this is the person you're gonna invest your life with, so I'm sure your upbringing is gonna be discussed on several occasions. And we've all survived, and our parents did the best that they could. But there's things that we would like to go ahead and improve.
Everyone has
there's
childhood
things
trauma.
that we're gonna take with us. So you know what I mean?
Most people have childhood trauma, and those things
we all do
affect you as an adult, and you need to be able to discuss those. And I also think that ties into the first topic of the mental health, because sometimes that trauma affects your mental health, then affecting your mentality. So I think these are two things you have to kind of discuss in a relationship, because it ties back to also, kind of what trauma and things you might have been through as a parent, or as a child, and how that's affecting you as an adult. I think even if you don't choose to have children, you still want to discuss that, because that's probably still things that affected you, and that's also some things that I guess you bond together over. I don't know if we've had that conversation. You used to get whoopings when you were a kid or whatever. Like, I think you have to have that conversation. If you're not having that conversation, then I don't think
I ain't told you, baby, I got whooped as a kid.
I think you can't be serious with that person without knowing that. You know what I mean? And on some level, kind of bonding with that. You know what I mean? That could be something where the partner might be horrified if they've never. Your parents did that to you. Oh, they're animals. I don't know if I can ever look at them the same anymore. They beat you. Oh my goodness. Did you
Yeah.
call CPS? Oh, Daniel, come here. That'll never happen again. You'll never be violated. Trust me.
Oh, I'd milk the shit out of that.
You would, you old victim ass. I went to bed without dinner 2 times a week. Oh, come here.
It was Thursday and Friday.
But that you have to talk about.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to talk about parental style. Because even if you're gonna have pets, like that comes into that conversation as well. If you have someone who just doesn't want to have any responsibility, then probably having pets is not the way to go either. That's your fucking
Hamsters.
them your fucking
Oh,
cats.
hamsters.
Yeah, them your hamsters. Fuck them hamsters. So you have to talk about those things. What about learned how you plan to grow together? So the person says, I think asking how a person plans to continuously seek knowledge during their lifetime is important. So is that something we talked about, how we plan to grow as individuals together?
No, I mean, I don't think we
nah.
kind of already knew. It's just, we were already compatible. So the rest of this, and it's still like silly shit. We never really we don't lie to each other. I mean, honestly, well, I don't lie.
Oh shit!
And
So you think I'm a liar?
so far he doesn't lie,
So
but
far, so far.
Well, you 12 years
I
in,
love,
man.
I love the
Shit.
faith. The word
No,
of George
but
Michael.
that at least I know of, but I really trust him. I don't, it's
I really trust him.
I don't really. I mean, no, I do trust you. We don't lie to each other, but what was the fucking question, dude?
Nah, have you discussed like how you're gonna grow together?
Oh, yeah.
And,
No, no, we
or
didn't
what
really
your plans
discuss
to
it.
grow together.
We didn't. We knew it was just gonna happen. It's just, and we're still growing.
think-
It's just being compatible. I think for us was well.
Yeah, I think our growth is more through action and not really through talking about it and planning it. Or we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. It's more, she starts exercising. I start exercising. We start pushing each other in different ways. So no, we really didn't have a plan how to grow with one another. Because I think also we were.
At the end of the day, he knew I had his back for life. So, he knows that. Like, whatever it is, except cheating. That's one thing that, But we've always, that's where we draw the line. Anything else, nothing matters.
She wasn't down with
Because-
soup. There it is. I got your back, except for soup. There it is. Except for this. Except
We
for
do
that.
want to grow together. And in those terms, too.
Shit,
but
we grew.
Relationship-wise. And, I'm happy where we're at. Maybe you're not comfortable, but to me, I'm happy, maybe you want to grow financially. I'm happy where we're at. I don't
think
know.
that's where they kind of misconstrue the growing together. What it sounds like is how you plan to grow together. But again, some things come natural, and you're gonna naturally grow. But you can't plan or predict the future. This is not the lottery. You can talk about growth, or you can just talk about effort. And effort is what's going to allow you to grow. So as long as you're consistent with the effort and you understand who your partner is, and you're going to be there for them, what was the word? Unconditionally. Okay. As long as
He's
you're going to be
learning.
there,
He's learned
as long as you're gonna be
unconditionally.
there unconditionally.
He learned that. Oh shit!
The growth.
10 points to Rach.
There's really
Look, Rachel's
there's
eyes
no
are blinking.
limit on the growth that
Or-
you're going
or-
to be allowed. So, I think these girls, the other questions or their subjects, I think they're on point with the growth. I think that's Disney related and kind of like Cinderella-ish or something like that. As far
Maybe
as
it's more like
Yeah.
on your goals and stuff, not just
Okay.
growth.
Yeah.
It could be just so much,
Yeah, this person mentioned just knowledge, but right, how are we gonna grow together? What's our financial plan? Do we have a financial plan? Where
that's
we-
understandable.
Where we're gonna be at in 5 years?
I mean, dreams. Yeah, we had, we
Yeah.
call those dreams. We had, okay, we want to buy our own house, but either way, we have each other. So it's just
It's a day by day.
yeah.
It's you got to put in as much effort as you did on the first date as you got
It
as you're doing
changes.
in
Yeah,
year 4,
it's-
and it's
Mhm.
priorities and everything do change. But as long as you're on the same page and you guys are working and benefiting each other, then I mean that's the ultimate.
Good to go.
There's no limit in the growth.
What about making sure you underline your boundaries? So I guess the do's and the don'ts of just the relationship. For you, no cheating, right? No cheating. Cheat on me, I'm done. But we talked about boundaries, things we would accept, things we weren't accepting of, right? Early on.
Yeah, just the no cheating was always. I mean, we had like we're like-minded people. We had, I guess, common morals. Like we had a lot of similarities when it came to family
Yeah, definitely.
and whatnot. So, but yeah, we
We definitely talked about boundaries, things that we definitely about lying to each other,
Mhm.
not wanting to communicate, and that was a big one.
that was
on
one of
us.
the hardest, cause I am
For you.
I be getting hot headed and fuck I explode. So I don't want to talk. But we're like, what's wrong? Like,
Don't
fuck.
stare too hard, man. Don't stare too hard.
And I'm like,
But
I need
people
a
don't understand
they
when you
don't-
need a minute.
I need a minute. But why?
Right?
Cause I need a minute. Can you
Right?
please give me a minute? But what? Why don't you want to talk? Give me a fucking minute. And then it just
And
starts.
that just
I'm like,
makes you
just leave me
mad.
the fuck alone. And he still don't fucking listen.
This guy over here, we get into an argument. I'm like, hey, just give me 5 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. He goes over there, tries to lay on me, hug on me. And I'm like, dude, like, leave me alone. Oh, no. You can't be doing that. Like, let's talk. And it's like, you're just making
Yeah.
it worse on yourself.
Give her a minute. Because it's easy. I think it's harder
I
on
done gave her
women.
2 hours and shit. We ain't resolved nothing.
Nah.
Like, man.
No, I think
If I
it's,
need 3, you better give me
And
3.
so that and
I
that's
think
the
it's
bullshit.
harder on women to adjust to a new relationship. I really think. I don't know.
Well, it's
But-
all an adjustment. It's all
Yeah, it's
all an
adjustment
for
adjustment.
everybody.
But
no,
again,
but to me, like, we still have that fucking issue, and he still don't fucking get it. Yeah, it doesn't
So
matter.
no, but
Shit.
hold on. So here's where the bullshit is. I know she's been mad for 2 fucking hours. Her attitude's different. She got a funk. I know. And now I've already asked you within that time frame. You good? What's going on? Anything you need? Woo, woo, woo. You don't want to communicate. So then at some point I go to communicate with you. And that's when I don't want to fucking talk. Give me a moment. I gave you fucking 2 hours.
No, I'm not
So
talking
what
about those times.
So what I say is,
I'm at my. Yeah,
What-
that's my
Hold
bad.
on,
Those
hold on.
times are my bad.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you that.
those
but,
times.
but when it
It's the
just
other
when it
times.
just happens.
it's the 2-minute
Don't
rule.
worry.
No, when
that
it
you
just happens,
violated.
when it just happens, and he wants to be all up on my
I
face.
don't do that anymore. Because it leads to drama, and I don't want
Yeah,
that.
you learn.
So you
learn.
get mad. You haven't. No, you just
You
called me
did.
out. You just called me out the other day. Well, you weren't talking to me when you first got up in the morning. When you came in with a little attitude or whatever, I sensed it. I was like, shit, I'm waking up to attitude. Like, what the fuck I do? You know what I mean? So I'm just waking up like, and I see eyes looking at me like Sheila's drawers are on the fucking bed or some shit like that. She's mad at me. I'm like, why you gay banging on breakfast? What are you so mad? Goes and closes the door, walks away or whatever. So I'm like, all right, she's pissed. So I'm laying in bed for a minute. Here in comes my son. Daddy, are you going to eat breakfast this morning? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Okay, well, mommy says, come and get it or some shit. So I get up. I try to go in there. She's the attitude is permanent, is permeating from the kitchen. I make my own coffee. I say, good morning, babe. I make your coffee. I said, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I said, is that mine over there? Who else is eating that? Oh, shit. So I go sit down. Tell him, say, hey, how you doing? How you doing, son? Good morning to you. Shut the fuck up and eat my fucking sarakata and coffee. So I already know you in a funky ass mood. And now we're in part of our relationship where I feel I can say, I'm not going to give you any of that energy back. You want to be there? I'm going to let you be there. But I am going to be away from that energy because as a person who loves you, I don't want to see you there. So I'm gonna try to pull you out. You're gonna try to pull me in, and now we fighting. And so, okay, you go there. I'm gonna go away. At some point, I'm gonna come check on you because that's just what you do with someone that you love.
But you know, I've gotten better in the beginning.
You have.
I've gotten better. As annoying as it can be, like with the whole COVID, I think it's brought us closer.
It definitely has.
So, like, yes, I have you here all the time, but it's brought us closer. It definitely has.
That wink though.
But yeah, I wasn't talking about those moments, and I was talking about the moments when things just happen, and
Where we're cool one second, and the next second you got a fucking attitude.
No,
Like I just
When things
kissed
just
you, and
happen,
now you fucking angry. What
when
happened?
you like, well, whatever happens, and you're like, what's wrong? But because you want to fight,
No, I don't.
Damn.
you know.
I don't want to
so,
fight. I don't like fighting with you. It's whack.
You know, I don't want
We
to
don't
put
get
hands on
anything.
you.
Yeah.
We don't get
That is
anything from
terrible.
that. We don't get anything from that.
Not at all.
Us arguing and fighting is whack. It makes me not feel good. You know what I mean?
And
you
we
don't feel
haven't-
good,
we haven't
and then we
really
get
done it
thrown
since-
out of our rhythm and our vibe that we're in. It's whack.
But it's been better, I think.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm saying that yes, it has been better, but I do agree with my guy that it's tough to be told to go away and just mind your business when our mind is on you being our business. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that you're fine, especially if it's something that maybe we've done. Was it mistranslated? Was it taken out of context? No, I'm just speaking in general. I'm only going off the conversations I have
But
with
you
my
guys
wife.
also have to understand that if we know ourselves and we say, hey, like, give me an
Right.
hour, give me 2
Right.
hours, then if you come, 10 minutes later and say, well, what's wrong? It's like, my dude, I told you, give me an hour,
But
give
you
me
gotta,
2 hours.
but then in the crossroads, and this is where we don't ever get to express ourselves. You gotta understand that we are the protectors of our family. So
We'll express after the 2 minutes or the
but
hour. The
There's
two.
no. I mean, in most cases, there was no expression. You have to give action immediately. And if you look in me and D, our situations were the same. As we're holding motherfuckers down, and we were kids taking care of grown women, and taking care of our sisters and
this goes
Theas
back
and
to
things
the
of that
questions before that you
Right.
gotta talk about.
Ties into that
you
trauma
know.
and
No,
stuff
that's what
like
I'm
that.
saying.
Exactly.
You gotta talk about those.
Yeah, you got to talk and understand those things. So you feel like you need to protect her, and she at times feels like I need to be away from you for whatever reason to deal with what I got to deal with. So that's that's a boundary definitely that you guys have to discuss and say, okay,
still gonna protect you.
when I feel this
From
way,
the living room, man.
yeah,
Shit.
when I
Not
feel
from
this
the
way,
bed.
protect me via text. Are you good? I do that with her. You good? You want to talk? Whatever. And it's cool. I understand you're
10
not.
years later.
And I understand you're not talking to me right now, but I'm still going to hit you via text. To let you know I'm checking on you, and as well as just to cover my own ass because I don't want to hear, you
Yeah,
didn't
you
hear
don't
from
have
me
to
for
ask.
2 hours,
You
and
know,
you didn't
just-
care.
Oh,
You
And
didn't
you
text.
might be left on red, and that's okay. You still, she still needs that time. You need that time. You need that time, and you've got to understand. And
I think it's
when
better-
maybe when she comes back, she'll be acting like nothing happened, because it's to her, it's just that time away. That's what she needed. That's what she, So you can't. I know myself. I can't talk when I'm mad. I can't.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can't.
impossible.
I can't.
You want to say some other shit? Hey,
Yes.
the other night, you remember this?
I've
Yeah.
said some really bad shit when I'm
That's
mad.
and that's what I'm saying. It's
And,
like leave
you
me
know-
alone, or I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna hurt your feelings, and then I'm gonna feel like shit later. When all I'm
my
asking
feelings
is
been
for
hurt.
some-
I've been
Your
I've
feelings
been
been
hurt. Yeah, Dr.
Thanks,
Phil
buddy.
couldn't save them feelings and shit, man.
So, talking about credit scores, we were telling the story earlier about us, both of us being in debt, and but we did talk about plans because one of our plans was to make sure that we were paying off our debt, which we managed.
Well, I
to
paid
go
off my
into.
own debt, babe. Shoot.
I didn't.
I helped
Oh, he
you.
said we.
I didn't
He
help.
said we.
I didn't
I
help pay your
helped
debt
you.
off.
No.
Is that right? Okay. All right.
Did you? Okay, you
Yeah, I
can say it
did.
if I did. What?
Yeah.
What was it?
Huh?
What was it?
What was what? What you talking
What debt you helped me pay?
I was paying the bills, all of them, then putting the rest to the wedding. You don't remember that period of time?
Oh, that's after we were already living. We were already living together.
That was our debt now.
Yeah.
That was after I found out of the car. Once I knew in the car how much you owed, it was my debt at that point. Like, oh well, we rolling together. High five.
No, those are
She's like,
expenses.
open up that bill, baby.
No, those are expenses. Those are not. That's not debt.
California Credit Union. I helped you pay those. We were paying together.
Babe, I have paid those before we even. No.
All right, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you because it's not important. But the moral of the story is, we magically paid our debt, our credit off somehow, and
But it's
we
important
did
for
that
you to know.
together.
I didn't really know.
She would put
Your
me on the
credit,
credit
like-
card, and I would pay the bill. That was the trade off.
But yeah,
But it
you.
benefit. I
It
mean,
benefited us
hey,
both. Shit,
yeah.
I'm up to almost 800 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Like my shit was low. When I got the house, I was like 539 or something like that. I was at the lowest you could be to qualify for the crib, and so I got it at that. And now, almost 10 years later, I'm at almost at an 8.
Flawless, man.
She's at an 8.
No payments
You know what I
missed
mean?
for
So
fucking 10 years.
we got to figure out what we got to do. Whatever, run it up.
Those are the real, couple goals. Not like
Yeah.
people that post on Instagram like, oh, we got matching outfits. Like,
Yeah.
nah, let's get our fucking credit up.
Yeah. Let's own some shit before
Yeah.
yeah.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I would love to own a second property. Shout out to my boy Curly Hullum, aka Reverb. Check them out, Ivy League radio show. But he's acquiring properties, left and right, and so.
I had a conversation with him last night. He sparked some knowledge on me. Just like, we gotta get out of our train of thought and start thinking about assets and properties and things of that nature. And he knows my situation, and man, he dropped a gem on me as far as acquiring properties and then moving forward and then acquiring the next one, within the next few years or whatever. So I was like, man.
Yeah, he was.
See, like that's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Soup, there it is. Like, nah. He wasn't gonna be in that fucking little truck cooking and shit.
There it is.
So I was checking out. I was gonna get in on the property with Curly, but instead I got AC.
I thought you gotta
So-
man, you gotta take care of the family and things.
So
and
soup,
those
there it
properties-
is.
Well, you know what?
We got
Hey.
AC.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm happier
so,
now.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you. I
happier now.
appreciate
Yeah. But no, within the last couple months, he's copped a couple properties, man. So I'm gonna try to put some money in the tuck, and definitely thinking about that. And I got some other plans as well. But you're right, that's the move to make, Rach, is to do that rather than the matching fits in Barbados. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, check it out. I got the matching whatever, and the bag matches with that. I
Well, it's just prioritizing, you know what I mean? And everybody's chasing falsehoods right now, and it's you want to do what looks cute for Instagram, but you don't want to do what looks cute for your portfolio and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Well, people are thinking about the wrong thing.
Well, of course.
It's I'll do anything for a like. That's what we've become. You know what I mean?
Like.
And instead of trying to get yourself right, and that's the craziest part. You know what I mean? How important is it to see your partner at their angriest before you get into the relationship? Very. Now let me ask you this: what if you haven't? Do you push a button? Like, what if shit's good, and you're like, we're going into this relationship. We're about
That's
to move,
like I
we're
said.
about
Don't
to
be
move. What do
doing
you
new
do?
shit.
As a woman, do you try to do something that's gonna make this person act up, or out of
I mean, by nature,
guess
most
a
likely.
man could do. So you're gonna try to do that. So if I was just cool,
No, not by nature. I mean,
oh,
I
wait,
think
just being the person you are, huh?
no. It's
Life
just
does
if
that. It puts you in
yeah,
a situation.
if you're really that serious with somebody like with us, did I see? But you're not an angry person, so I guess I'm not really. Like, your angriest don't scare me, I guess so. So he's not, I never really dealt when we were, that's not his Like
The
that's
ang-
just
I don't never remember being the angriest with you. I don't.
we weren't. That's what I'm saying. Like he's angry. Like, oh yeah, you pushed me once.
Oh shit! I pushed you. Where did I put? Tell this story. Where did I push you?
Towards the wall.
And the wall was damaged and dented,
No,
right?
it wasn't.
Okay.
But my feelings were.
Oh, shit. You know, it's not funny to play about domestic violence. That's not cool.
No, you were walking by and you shoved me. Okay.
Two big people trying to go down a hallway. This is when both of us had
Two
not.
big people.
All right, well,
Who
one.
else was there? Shit.
Let 'em
So I own my shit. I was almost 600 pounds at the time, coming down my hallway, and at one point
That
I
was
kind
your
of
hallway
yeah,
too.
yeah,
there,
right.
bro. Shit.
So we're trying to both come and be hard headed and not move. She got I bumped into her, you know what I mean, and then she, was wilding out or whatever. But I did not push you, for the record. That was not intentional. I've never intentionally, inflicted pain unless you asked me to.
No, I think before we got married, you did raise your voice once. And
You demon.
Ooh,
You
yes, you evil, you bastard.
but no, you never really. Like when somebody, you just know when somebody is just,
They get fired up really
Yeah.
easily and they have an
like me.
attitude.
He knew. He see me at my worst.
I mean, it depends. And
He sees me at my worst.
I think that's a that's a bad point to prove to see somebody at their angriest. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know. And I mean, why would you want to test somebody to anger them? The whole process is to make each other better people. And
Right.
why do you want to test those fucking waters?
I don't think it's
just,
about testing them.
well, no,
it's
but
just
it's
knowing
but
their
it's just
character.
but it's just like
It's
but it's
just-
like it's like how they would do on the talk shows where they would have the motherfuckers in the green room
I don't think people
and
are
like
doing
and
that.
no, but they would have them in the green room and you got the other random broads hitting on them and shit like, oh, I'm out here with my girl and shit, and you
Rachel,
you
you
test
sending random chicks at dad with camcorders to see if it's really going down.
But I mean, it's that type of energy.
Your
You know what I
sister-
mean?
I don't think people are. I don't think that that's. I don't think that
Your
people are
sister
doing
sitting at
that.
the end of the
Oh,
bar
man,
with
there-
a menu
man,
over
there's-
her face,
well,
watching and
well, I
shit.
don't know. There's probably dudes that's doing it, and there's women that's doing fake profiles and shit like that. And testing.
Okay, like
I
cheating.
guarantee
Yeah.
that's cracking where
You know what I
people
mean?
are checking
Yeah.
their.
So it's like
yeah.
like that. It's like deceitful. You know what I mean? To piss somebody off to see them at their
Right.
angriest. Why would you want to see somebody you love at their angriest to gauge on where the fuck you gonna be? You know what I mean? Like.
But I mean, you're not creating another account to see them at their angriest. You're trying
No,
to.
no, 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 I'm
You're
saying, no, for
creating to
example.
investigate
No.
and shit. You know,
No,
you gotta
it's
make
just-
sure
I think it's
if
just
you
getting
falling
to
for
know
this
each
motherfucker,
other.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
all right, I'm a,
But
because
you
I've been
should-
through some shit, so I need to make sure this
With
motherfucker.
me?
No. In
So
my,
wait a minute. Did
Before
you create?
You will
fake
never know,
profiles?
motherfucker. You will never. She is taking that to
But
the
I-
I don't
grave.
care.
and shit.
I mean,
but
she
I
come at
fucking
me.
dug.
okay.
Like we
Obviously,
did.
she
We,
knows
you
if
know,
she
we
did. If
did.
she did
We,
create
That-
a fake profile, it
That
didn't
shit
work.
didn't work. Yeah.
not because I'm like, man, I'm really falling for this guy. So I mean, I would do my digging.
A little Puerto Rican,
I remember.
Puerto Rican midget. Yeah, that is shit from Monrovia and shit.
Yeah, I remember searching his name, making sure he ain't got no red dot over his house.
shit.
You were making sure I wasn't a
Predator
convicted
shit,
sex felon.
Yeah, I was, I had to make sure, I had to cover, because
Yeah.
people,
Well,
I
hey,
mean, oh,
some
you know what,
motherfuckers are some good ass liars.
Yeah.
They are some good ass liars. So I ain't gonna fall for that shit again. So I was covering all my bases. That's what creating another profile is. To
your
but not to see somebody angry. Like
hearing
I
all this.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't push
angry
any
on
buttons
purpose.
to try to see him angry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Like at any time then or now. But
Well, no, but I think that getting somebody angry, I think that is more extreme than I was just saying as an example of being deceitful or some shit like that.
Right.
Because it's just
I say that if your relationship is going great,
there's no reason.
there's
to
no reason to provoke
tag
it.
in or
But that wasn't
tap
the
into
question. The question was,
Yeah.
is it a good thing to
Yes.
see somebody angry before you move in, or
I think it is important to discuss, either see it or discuss What type of person are you when you're angry?
I don't think discussing.
Like
it
somebody's
is
gonna
good.
be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is
you
true,
know.
because I mean it's it's all emotion. So I mean with
and
emotion,
it's just with
how do you
experience, you know.
control
It's
it?
like if somebody gets mad because their phone fell and they're cussing out at the world, then it's like,
Yeah.
my dude, you got anger issues.
Yeah.
But if they're like, dang the phone, it's like, okay, we're good.
That's true. I'm not like that if I drop my
Well,
phone.
that's why I raise my hand. Because
Well,
I'm
shit,
like
that's
that.
You. Yeah, I'm like that.
I mean, if I'm having a bad day, then I'll be like, fuck, you know, or something like, you know.
Yeah.
But those other times, like,
How is important?
What?
How important is it? Because you're gonna cue me on this one. How important is it to make sure that you discuss cleaning habits? Did we discuss cleaning habits?
Very.
I don't
I'm
think we
very lazy
really,
when it comes to cleaning.
I don't
clean
think
this
we
lazy.
really discuss cleaning habits because my mom would always do everything for my dad. So it's like, to me,
So it just comes second.
but now, hell nah. But now it's like, nah,
Yeah,
you need
I'm
to.
Old school Latina.
We never really discuss it, but I think it is important though.
Early making
It is important to
tortillas
set.
hecha de mano.
It is important for you to discuss it, but we never really did because it's hard. We both worked.
It could be a big
Fresh salsa in
problem.
the morning.
Yeah, it can. We both worked, and I remember. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it was just us two. We didn't really have a lot of mess, but once Tito came, then that's when things started getting more difficult.
More complex.
But then I would be the one that wasn't working, so it kind of, you know.
It comes down to it's simple. I do all the outside trash, dirty stuff, dog pickup. You know, I do that type of stuff, and then she just takes care of the stuff in the house and summons me on whatever mission. So I'm like the runner. You know what I mean? Like she's the main waiter. She hits all the tables, talks to everybody.
But you
and
getting the chips and salsa.
I'm bringing the bread and the appetizers and
Need
stuff
more
like
water?
that.
You
Yeah.
Reaching things for me.
Yeah, exactly. So that's, I'm always on standby. I'm a clean. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go chill. No, hold on. Babe, can you get this? Can you get that? And I'm just literally like, is there anything else I can do for you before I go watch this game? Yes. Go in the closet, and there's something to the left that is gray.
Oh, shit.
I need the thing under it that is purple and round. It's right there. And I'm just like, what?
This motherfucker. Sometimes I explain shit like that because he doesn't know what it is. So if I tell him, "Oh, give me something," he's like, "What is that?" So
Clearly telling you I have no
So
idea
it's that
what the
purple
fuck you're
thing
talking
that the-
about.
So she's got to just
So explain it to me in another way.
she's trying
so
to
why do I
describe it
waste my
something.
time trying to explain? You know, if I already know he's not gonna know it, babe. I
It's
know
in
you.
the cupboard up top behind the brown thing on the bottom, and it's purple. Like, what the fuck? So I'm looking for something purple at the bottom of the basket. Is the purple
episode
thing,
of Double Dare?
right, is it
reaching
purple,
for the flags.
is it
and shit.
red? Is it round? Is it long? What type of
Said a
container is
purple
it?
round thing. See, you already forgot what I told you.
No, the way I'm telling you, the way I'm telling it's completely
He
different.
said it was purple and round, right?
So relax. But no, I think that is definitely important to speak on cleaning habits, because you want to make sure that the person has the same type of cleanliness standards that you have or whatever, because that could change. I guess you could not see the best of the person in the relationship, and then you get into the relationship and it's day 5 and they haven't showered.
Well, you're talking about that
Your
cleanliness.
ass.
Well, that's
Like
part of
shit.
cleanliness, right? Cleaning your house,
Hygiene,
cleaning
yeah.
your body is that's just all the same thing. If you just clean it with rags at day 5, you know what I mean, and we in the 909 heat, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we gotta talk about this. Smelling like mariscos and
Oh, shit.
this motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, shit. Shout out to Mariscos El Rafa. That's my spot. Is it important to
Don't
know?
be looking at me. I don't be smelling like mariscos.
No,
like
no,
fuck.
no, not at all, not at all.
I don't know what bitches he was fucking with.
I wouldn't say. Come on, now, man. I'd never do you like that.
Shit, you know, Dan.
I'm just. How would Dan know?
I know nothing.
No,
I don't know shit.
prior to me, obviously.
Oh, you saying Dan knows all the raggedy?
Yeah.
But he's supposed to heifers I was messing with prior. Damn. Well, no, that's not true. Is it important to know how their parents fight?
Or like meaning our parents?
Yeah, like should I know how your mom and dad's fought? Is
Prince would
Yeah,
have never had no pussy. That was a motherfucking case.
my Tay would have been like, I ain't marrying you.
They
No, it's a-
violent. They violent.
It's important because I think you know kind of what you have been exposed. That's part of the you getting to know each other. You know how you grew up.
Yeah.
You know how it was your
Right.
childhood.
Right. No, I think that's important because it's also, again, what you witnessed. There could be childhood trauma from that. You could have heard your mom say some really nasty things to your dad, or your dad say some really nasty things to your mom. There could be physical violence. There could have been name calling. All those things that that fuck with you, especially if you don't get help and work in those situations. So, yeah, I think that's what do you think that's some important shit then, or?
I mean, I don't know about how the parents fight because I mean, a lot of young people right now are coming from single parent homes.
Right.
So, I mean, you're not witnessing no fucking fight. So it's kind of hard to address it.
Shadow boxing.
Who did your mama?
I'm tired of your shit. Mom's in there shadow boxing. I'm so sick and tired. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a deep one, but I mean, I don't know if that'd be like a make or break or what. I think there's deeper questions and there's deeper things to follow up on than, who fucking left the toilet seat up and shit and why they getting yelled at,
And that could be a trigger as well. I mean, that could be,
Depending on the person.
yeah, depending on the person. That could, if they experience their parents fighting a lot, they might, get hypersensitive when that happens.
That
and-
goes back to like the boundaries. Like,
Exactly.
If we argue, you can't yell at me because I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna run away. And
Yeah.
Why
you're
you
like,
telling my
like-
secrets?
You was a little punk ass.
Yeah, shit.
No, but that's true. It goes back to that because again, that's really what goes back to what really affects that person emotionally, what triggers them. Man, parents, man, we fucking people up. That's some crazy shit. I hope we ain't fucking Tito up yet. I mean, you
Shit.
6 years in.
Now I realize that
Let's do
sometimes when
better.
we're arguing and we're just like being loud, I'm like, and he comes, he's like, hey, I feel like shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
But
I
we've done a good
remember I
job
was
of
like,
not doing
fuck.
that though for a while.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, that's one thing I didn't really want to do.
Yeah, I used to hate that as a kid,
So-
seeing my parents arguing and shit like that.
So that's one thing now. I think that's one of the things that we discussed. We're never gonna do
We
that.
did.
And
And that's it, because it's growth, you know what I mean? But that's something that you're not going to discuss in the beginning, because again,
Right.
when you have kids, you don't know how this shit is going to go down. But
Yeah.
then you understand you're a reflection of what they see, and you're the immediate reflection. So your lifestyle changes and things of that nature, and things that you normally would do,
Right.
it all is going to adjust, and it's for the benefit of the kids, because again, we want to protect the babies and not have them grow up too fast with all this information and the internet and everything else.
Right.
It's like we're trying to protect the innocence. So
Right, and also how what they view the words and how you treat someone, how they see that is gonna infect them more than I think the internet and shit
No, of
like that,
course.
because it's constantly in the house. It's the people who are supposed to love them. I think shit like that's gonna drive them to other things, the internet, to find those joys if they're not able to experience them at home, or just to learn how to cope with people. That all starts at home. I just want to tell you something real quick. I forgot to say, you look beautiful with your new hair. Not new hair, but your new little hair did, or whatever that is. I just
went darker.
no,
no, she cut it and shorted, and she cut it short.
Straight.
Or not, she didn't cut it. Who cut you, babe? Shout out Dro's moms. First of all, shout out to my boy Dro, Cuts by Dro. We went there today and we got and got taken care of. But you want to shout them out? Okay, that's all good.
no, not that I don't want to shout them out. Yeah, no, shout out to them.
Okay, cool.
You got your hair done, and
Yeah, looking good.
she his mom cut my hair,
Good. That's what's up.
so we're discussing dyeing it next time.
All right.
We'll see.
Can't wait to see it. So let me tell you this right now. Do you need to know how their prior relationship ended before you get serious?
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause-
You just gotta make sure that it ended. Like, are you sure?
Oh,
You
wow,
done?
Wow.
You good?
Wow. So how do you verify that if you know, so you meet my guy. How do you it was in another scenario where he just had a regular, I had a girlfriend and we're no longer together. How do you verify that by if he tells you I'm done? Like, how do you verify that without like,
Only
just
time
trusting
will
him?
tell.
She'll verify.
Only
She-
time. So only time. So it's just time.
So you gotta trust. If you're with somebody, you're
Right.
gonna hopefully trust them.
Right, of course.
And if they're giving you 24 hours of their day and
Yeah.
giving you all this attention, then
Yeah.
you would think they don't have time for nobody else.
Okay.
So it's like if I got you every night and I see you're not talking to somebody else and
Uh-huh.
I got your attention, then
So is that something that's constantly on your mind? Is like who's he talking to, or is that how women?
No.
Is that how women really operate?
No, because
No.
you were talking to me.
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah. So because you had all my time. So
Mhm.
let's say would we have not been as serious if I didn't give you the amount of time?
I think so.
Say if I gave you half the time, would we have still been as serious?
We wouldn't have gotten as close. No. So the
No.
answer is no.
But what if it was just if there was
If that was just the type of person you were, no, I don't think we would have.
so what if there was no other dude in your life, right? And
Don't
but
hurt
again,
your feelings, D. Just
No,
sit
no, no,
right
no,
now,
no,
bro.
I
Don't hurt your
want to hear.
feelings.
This is the
No,
question. This
you
is
don't
what I'm
wanna-
saying.
you don't want to ask questions.
No,
you
I'm
don't
with
wanna
her
know answers
now.
to.
So, and that wasn't the case. So, but I guess I'm trying to prove a point here. So, you have no other dude. You're into me. Same scenario, but I'm just not giving you as much time. I'm giving you half the time. I ask you to marry you at the same timeline. Just I haven't spent that much time with you. Would you have said yes if I would have asked you to marry you? If I would have spent half the same amount of length, but just half the amount of time spent with you?
No, meaning the time that we've spent together throughout the day, it comes to me, it's a daily thing.
Right.
It
So I was only
needs-
giving you half a day instead of full day for the year we were
you
together
needed-
before I
No, because you needed to be in contact. Like, I don't think we would have gotten to that point.
Really?
So I
That's
don't-
a
I don't
long
think-
time, though. That's a year. That's a year. If I'm giving you
We
every,
wouldn't get to a
But
year.
who's spending the rest of your time? Who are you spending the rest of your time with?
I don't know. Maybe I play
Like,
golf,
that's-
or maybe you
So
know.
obviously you care more about playing golf than being with me. So
So
no.
that's my point. So that's what women ultimately are looking for. Is the
That's what I
time,
think.
That
That's
investment of time.
me.
You needed from me the investment of time. You needed to consume my life. Is what you
The
you're saying.
time, the effort.
It's not consuming your life.
I know it's a joke. Golly. Look how you see how like he cracked the code. It's about
shit.
time, time and carts. That's what it's about. Time and carts. If you take anything from this episode, those are the two things. We ain't here dropping gems. Thank you, ladies. This is important. Figured out how to spend time alone and apart. Now I know that's hard as hell right now because of COVID, but when the world goes back to being whatever the new world will be and whatever access to that we'll have, we get our day pass and shit. Hey y'all, what day did y'all get? We got the 23rd. Me too. We should hook up. Yeah. What's reserved? I don't know. Let's go see. Applebee's is open. Fuck it. So when they let us back into general population and shit, we discuss, because obviously we didn't discuss time because you wanted all my time
Shit,
and
yeah.
time apart and shit.
Perfect segue right
You
here.
want a
Shit.
divorce? Time
Yeah,
apart?
oh, shit.
But I think now, as our relationship has grown and we've got stronger, we've realized what we both need to be happy and to be healthy in a relationship. You give me my time on my walks. You get your time in the, for like the first 3-4 hours of the day before you got to come home and take Tito through the rest of his school day or whatever. So I think we both do a good job of trying to balance that time away from each other. You know what I mean? And I would do shit like I'd send you to Glen Ivy sometimes, but like, look, you just need a day to go away, go to Glen Ivy, you go with your mom or whoever, and I would just say go, or go get your massage right now, go get your feet done or whatever. I can see those times where I can just see you're out of it, or hey, why don't you call such and such
I
and go
don't
get
mind
something to eat.
getting my nails, whatever, that by myself. But when I do bigger trips like Glen Ivy, I'd rather be there with you.
I know,
Then
but
be there
sometimes you need
with-
to relax.
But I do relax with you. Am I being too clingy? Like, I do relax. Like, to me, we don't really spend a lot of time, even though we've been here. Like, I remember last time we went to go eat, and it just feels good. Like, I love our son. I love him, but it's just like, we're just fucking here, you know? Yes, I go to the dojo in the morning, but that's it. If it ain't there, it's the grocery store. It's not really, you know, so it's not things that are
Time
really,
away,
yeah.
It's quality
I'd rather,
time.
you know, be there with, you know, spend it, yeah, so, I mean,
No, all I'm saying is I think that you need time away from. You need you time to not.
no, it
think
wasn't
about,
the question about time with friends and then time with,
I'm just saying in
Oh,
general.
no, you're breaking it down into
Yeah.
sub context, but no, it just time away and time apart from the relationship.
mhm.
You know, as far as like the boundaries and shit.
Yeah. So like, just how do you spend time apart? So is it acceptable if I'm someone who likes to go into the woods and hunt? And no, I'm just saying these are. I'm gonna assume these would be conversations. And you know what? I don't like to hunt. I don't like to kill animals. But I love you enough to I love you enough to understand that this is me. So if you're gonna do that, you do that. So is that acceptable for this person to go do that?
I think a lot of people are okay with that.
Well,
Like,
that's
to
what-
us, you didn't really have anywhere that you, back then you guys hadn't stopped doing music, I think.
Yeah, we were done. We had stopped at that.
Yeah,
point.
so it's not, so you weren't really doing shit, golfing
I
or
was-
shooting.
I
or-
was working. Yeah, I was working. That's
well,
what I was
besides
doing.
that,
I was working
like,
a
you
lot,
really
though.
didn't have,
I would work, come home, work, come home, work, come home, work, come home. Then when we got together, I would work, come home, chill with you. Work, come home, chill with you. Work, come home, chill with
see,
you.
so,
It's easier to come home to somebody. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that 100%. You know what I mean? That it's a good feeling to come home. To someone is happy to see you. I don't like coming home to somebody who had a fucking attitude and I ain't done shit to her all day. Come in like, dinner's ready. Like, oh shit.
damn.
Hey boo, how you doing? How you doing?
well, you don't be
Not
reporting throughout the day and letting me know. Send me those little nice messages, just thinking about you, something while you taking a shit at least, because I know you take a shit.
I
A
do.
few.
That's real life.
I do take a shit.
So
yes.
why can't he? So sometimes when you don't check in, or it's not even about checking in. It's
What
like,
you-
hey babe,
Just
you know,
communicate.
Big
yeah.
gangster on the West Coast.
So of course I'm gonna be angry, cause it's like, I know you're busy, but I'm sure you got time for like a text.
And maybe I do.
So
And so hey, I'll
so now he's here. So all I gotta do is yoo-hoo.
Yeah. So, no, I feel you on that, but it goes the same way. Like if I say, hey, and I'm at work, I need to pick me up and say, hey, can you send me a picture of your smile or something? I'm got to do this, and I still got to fold laundry, and I gotta. And you'll type 20 messages when all you had to do is go and send it. So it's all the
no
time.
picture
I
of
always
pictures,
be
please.
asking for pictures. Say I don't. Put that on something.
You'll be asking for other pictures.
Oh, God.
Hurry up before the
Smile,
cleaning lady
buddy.
come. Hurry up before the cleaning lady
Hurry up
come.
for the cleaning lady come.
Because you and the cleaning lady got the same schedule. Your
I-
bowels and the
gosh.
cleaning lady
We
got
talked
the
about
same
another
schedule.
episode. I hate that shit. Every time I'm in there, she pop up. Housekeeping, and I'll be like, un momento. And then she'll walk out. And then like a couple minutes
30
later-
minutes later.
Poor lady,
No, a couple
bro.
minutes later, she'll
Poor
be like,
lady.
dunk, dunk, dunk,
Yeah,
dunk.
you foul, D. You gotta walk into that madness and shit.
No wonder he be
Mad
eating at
Max
his
be
desk
outside
because
the
he
door.
be shitting
Hey,
for
I
his,
was-
for lunch.
We need to get the cleaning lady on the show and get her comments to what it's like going in after you go foul up the
Hey
place.
man, I got a different diet.
She'll
man.
probably kick your ass.
No, she's mad cool, man. And so she has my diet's cleaned up some, so I'm not killing them like that no more. But
I beg to differ. Should they still foul?
well, what was it? Was it Andre who said my roses smell like boo boo?
Oh,
So
shit.
hey, you take it. The roses smell like boo boo, baby. Hey. So no, but she's cool. It's just she always comes at the same time. But what I always do is I make sure I take care of her for like potlucks that we got, or a lot of times the job will have a customer service week, so they'll order a whole bunch of food.
What's that?
And, and people won't come and people don't eat it because it's like, oh, whatever what's the wood ranch and all that kind of stuff. So I order all kinds of crazy stuff and people won't grub. So I'll make sure that I go get them trays of the food or whatever. They'll take it to the maintenance, the rest of the people, or sometimes they'll hook it up, wrap it up. And I know they're taking that home and grubbing or whatever. So yeah, now I always look at her. I hit her with the un momento.
you owe that woman a tray or two.
I always take care of her, man. I always take care of her. She's good people. She got some of Mimi's chili verde there once. She got a little bit left over of that.
But do she got any nose hairs left? Clear it out and shit.
That's a funny one. Genetically tested.
The hell?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. It would be interesting to ask a person why they would want to have my genetics tested. Anybody at the table would ever
question it?
Ask somebody that?
I think maybe if you're trying to have a baby and there's
complications
some,
or,
in the past or
okay.
I wouldn't. To me, is
but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think that's a little weird to me.
Yeah, that's digging too deep.
Well, unless somebody was on some super heritage shit, like I'm this and I want to have 100% child this, so I need you to go.
Well,
get tested.
I'm sure you go into your heritage and your wherever before they start dating like-minded people. They don't go and just
but there could still be somebody who just wants to make sure, or somebody who's afraid of having some sort of, do you have cancer in your family? Can we get genetic testing?
I think the people that ask that are the ones that
have it or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe that would be somebody's thing, like an issue they might have and want to know. Maybe there'd be like a phobia of having a child that's sick. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. So let me ask you guys. Frida Kahlo, who everybody is well aware of, was married to Diego Rivera, and Diego Rivera was a notorious cheater, disrespectful cheater. She knew about a lot of these women. She bended her morals to love this man, and he just continuously, no disrespect, but in my personal opinion, just continuously shat on her. So she was laying in bed, and they're about to amputate her leg. And she pens him this letter, like saying basically how much she loved him, but also how much she just ended up hating him, and how horrible a person he was, and how horrible she made him feel. And she was at the end, she told him, "I'm releasing you." Like, wow, she hit him with like the death blow, in my opinion, in that situation. This is before they were gonna amputate her leg, and she even mentioned, they're taking my leg, but you took more than me. It's super deep. And I can imagine him as a man reading that, and if he really cared for her, he's going to be broken by hearing that, because everything you pretend to be, this lover and all this type of stuff, is now null and void, because the woman that is your woman feels like you're nothing, and I wasted my time and my love, and I'm no longer who I was because I gave that to you, and you were unworthy of it.
And she has said something like, for an ugly motherfucker, you've had women like
yes.
He was an ugly motherfucker,
but
you've had women like you've cheated on me countless times,
and she continues to took him back. Yeah.
And I think even after that letter, she took him back, right?
For a bit, yeah. So my question is, what's like one of the worst breakups? Phone calls, texts. Have you guys any memories like that?
Nobody's ever broken up with me.
No one's. Come on, you're lying. No one's ever broke up with you. Never. I don't believe that.
No, seriously.
So the cat that went to jail, he didn't break up with you?
Nah.
Jail broke y'all up. the corrections. Yeah, the corrections broke you up. State of California.
We were
y'all had seen no
judge.
Okay. So no dude ever broke up with you. So you always ran. You were the one that cut and ran once it got a little funky. I get that. I always got that vibe from you. Okay.
I didn't run. I just was. I didn't have room for that in my life.
On to the next one. On to the next one. Till you find me out.
And I'm not. No. Oh yes. Sorry. You
cut.
No, you said I ran. I was thinking about running.
But what about you, Senor?
Nah, you know me. I mean, we go way
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
then.
yeah.
So with that, I was a fucking idiot. So I wouldn't allow it to even get that far.
No, you wouldn't.
I was talking myself out of consistent shit all the time, just being fucking hot-headed.
Bitch, you know who I am. I was like, what? It's like the fourth phone conversation. I'm signed, bitch.
Yeah, we was not smooth with it and shit. So we couldn't get
Tell
that.
me more.
Gentleman?
And
Is
this
that the
girl,
gentleman?
and this,
Hey.
and this girl,
My
listen,
mama raised a
Now you let
gentleman.
bitches snatch cards.
well, in his defense, he was like, how would you like what?
I was 18 or 19. I was
Yeah.
young as fuck. So
Very
I didn't
young.
know. I didn't know how to read. I wasn't mature enough to read what she was saying and what she meant. So I was.
This girl liked him, but
What girl?
there was a girl. I don't remember her name. It was a girl. At 19.
It's better than a boy.
He's 49. No, I'm just joking.
Damn.
This is a long time ago. So I don't remember the girl's name, but I just remember she was into him, and it was one of those telephone type conversations where they were trying to meet up or whatever. And I think she was a little scared to meet him, and she was, I think, postponing or flaking, and he had waited. And so she finally called and boom, and then I think she was bullshitting like I'm almost there, but then come to find out she wasn't coming, and then he was like, you wasted my time, bitch. You know who I am? And then I left. And me and my boy are trying like, yo, no, I'm bored. This is not the way to do this, Because she's like, I might come to mine. Like, no, you wasted my fucking time.
Thank you, Sugar Free, aka Dewan Walker. Shit.
Yeah, that's real tough. That was his sweet and low days and shit. And he thought he was sugar free. This motherfucker was sweet and low and shit.
Hey, we rep for the gusto, man. Hey, I was a stupid, cold motherfucker, all in one and shit.
So, yeah, that wasn't a breakup, but yeah, because you guys were
We
together.
prevented shit. I couldn't get that far, nigga. Shit.
That's just going off on a bitch.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit. We couldn't extend that far,
Personally, for me, I don't have any.
Darling.
But this is the Moraines. I'm Gianni Moraine, so is this thing on? Okay.
Mic check. 1, 2,
No, I
1,
think
2.
for me it was just crazy voicemails and hateful shit being said after the facts. You know what I mean? So I never took any of that personal. It's like I understood that they were angry or whatever the situation was, and I did some dumb shit. I think all the breakups were well deserved. I was immature. I wasn't ready, to be in no serious relationship. You know what I mean? That's why I knew when I met my wife I was ready because, some of the things that I would do to self-destruct the relationship, I would work through, and it meant something to me. And I remember one time, we're talking on the phone. And we would talk on the phone every night, because she needed her time. And we'd talk on the phone every night till I fucking she would fall asleep.
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
had sleep apnea back then. I should have known.
This is the first time a sleep apnea eco. So we talking on the phone, and we would always do it. And then whatever, she would always hang up first or whatever. But I was tired, and I think I worked long. I don't know what the situation was, but I fall asleep. I wake up in the morning, and she would always call me to wake me up on her way to work. She would get up before me, but I wake up and I see I'm fucking late. Like, oh shit, no one's called me. But when I wake up, I have the phone right here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm inside of my face. I'm like, I don't remember hanging up, and she didn't call me, and I missed call, so I called the number back, and she picks up. She said, "Good morning, Diami," and that's how I knew it was back because she took my name. She would, it was Babe, and I was like, "Good morning, Diami." I'm like, "Hey, what's up, babe? How you doing?"
I didn't even say good morning.
Yeah, you did. How'd you pick up the phone?
Hello?
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but you called.
Charity.
No, but you called me Diami. So how did we get to Diami?
No, because I told you, I'm like, you're like, hey, babe. I'm like, look, Diami.
Oh yes,
Yeah, that's a Mimi answer right
yes,
there.
Yes. Look, Diami, what? Take me back.
Just said, look, Diami. This is the first and the last time
Ooh, she sure did.
that you fall
Boundaries.
asleep. Oh, yeah.
Going back. Yeah.
Yeah, that you fall asleep
Uh-huh.
while talking to me.
Sleepy motherfucker. Not knowing you got a medical condition.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I'm getting discriminated against over
Well,
here.
whatever.
Shit.
Why don't you be honest then?
protect your mental health and communicate your mental health.
No,
but
but
fuck your physical health, nigga.
he ain't being
Your
honest.
physical health ain't shit. You pass the fuck out on me because you can't breathe, motherfucker. This is the last time it's gonna happen. Shit.
Oh, that's real shit. That's hilarious. But I remember when that happened, I was like, fuck, I fucked up. Like, I really cared about it. In the past, I'm like, man, all right.
Yeah, you know, shit.
Quick, let me go back to sleep. Let me call out. Shit, you know. I felt bad that I had let her down and that, you know, here we go with some bullshit. You know what I mean? So, no, I've never.
You took accountability.
Took accountability. It never happened again. You know what I mean? So, there's been a few times in a relationship I've fucked up boundaries that we didn't talk about became issues. And we talked about them, and I understood, okay, if this is something that bothers you, I'm either going to explain to you why it's important to me and I need to do it, or I'm going to say, okay, this in the grand scope of us being together, which is my goal, it doesn't mean anything. These things, you know, are minimal, you know, because you being happy is a big part of, you know, me being happy. You know, I'm not saying I can't coexist without your happiness, but I'm happier when you're happy, you know, because we're happier together. So, freedom, damn. But yeah, just bullshit. Just, you know, text, crazy voicemails and shit like that. That's it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Rachel,
Don't
share.
have
Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, you
Rachel,
come
share.
on.
Nope.
Share, motherfucker, share.
Nothing.
See, we cool.
Yeah.
So then you guys both were the ones, the relationship's over. I'm done. I'm assuming. If you've ever had a relationship
So you,
that
so
ended.
so hold up, D. This is the talks they was having. Like,
Okay.
it's not you, it's me.
Telenovela music in the background.
So your former dude, you told him it's not you, it's me? Or he told you that? If I'm being too nosy, then say you're being too nosy. But
It was one of those things where I packed his stuff and he took
It
the
wasn't
next
one of
day.
those things. Yeah.
so you packed his shit.
Yeah.
He just had to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just came to a point, without giving me too much detail, that you just had enough and you knew that you needed him gone for the betterment of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can respect that 100%. That's a strong move to make, you know. So and that's a hard move to make too, especially if there's some history, some time there, you know what I mean, or just that we're gonna roll into being quarantined and the story of somebody being caught and quarantined with a catfish. And what would we do in that situation? So this happened in London, and the UK locked shit down, and I guess there's some sort of dating site out there. It's called Hinge or something out in the UK or whatever. These two people met up on Hinge, and come to find out sometime later, the guy's name is not his name. He's 2 years older than what he says, and he's out there kind of messing with other chicks. Now they're quarantined and have been living together, and now they can't go elsewhere. So they're still kind of living as a couple. So what would you do in that situation if that was you, babe?
Wait,
So you're single, and you meet a dude on a dating site. So let's take it back. Let's pretend when we first got together, you meet me, and then we move in together, and then all of a sudden COVID happens, and then you're snooping around in my computer, and I tell you some bullshit like, oh, all my passwords are such and such, because supposedly in the story, dude's like, oh, my passwords are this and that. So she says, oh, let me go in and check his email. I guess as women do to verify, you know, who we are. And they go in there. Oh, dang, you went in there. You popped him? You got popped? You got popped, son?
Nah, man. Nah. Go on with the catfish, man. Go
Okay.
on with the catfish.
So, he gets, she gets into his information and comes across a dating site, looks into the dating site, and he's got the same pictures he used. He's not the age that he really is saying he is. His name is something else. He's having instant message conversations and fake relationships with other women. Nothing physical, because again they're locked up, quarantined together. But almost everything he had told you on the surface was a lie. All of the real. I have 2 brothers. That's for real. His childhood experiences were for real, but the name and his age, and all that other information was different.
Did he start this prior?
Yes, they met. They met before the quarantine, so that's why they're
meaning was he
together.
doing this?
Yes, he had been doing
so
it
it's not
prior.
something he was doing during quarantine.
He continuously was doing it. So you are essentially the woman he ended up choosing to be with, because he was still talking to other women as well. You're one of the women he was talking to, but he's living with you now, and you're.
That's why I look at everything.
And you're living as a couple.
Like, how do you not investigate and shit? Like, I remember I went through your emails, and I found something. 3 years. I investigated.
I remember that argument.
I think it was like 2 years prior to us.
It was actually 3 years prior to us.
Okay.
And you found the old freak nasty email or whatever, and she was going off on me, and I was like, because I asked her to go in and find something for me. And so again, I'm trusting her just to go in there, and it's an old email I don't even use. I couldn't remember the shit. It wasn't an email I was emailing her from. You know what I mean? And it didn't have any current emails.
So this was before you guys.
Way before. It's old. This was old. Like I said, this was like this is when
prior.
Yeah, it was years prior.
We hadn't even. We were still getting to know each other.
It wasn't really even that serious yet. We were spending a lot of time together, but it wasn't like we were planning to move in together or any of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? We were just having, she was my woman. You know what I mean? But it wasn't to that point where like we're talking about the future. But I just remember she calls me crying. What the fuck is this? Who's this? And I'm just like, this is years ago. What are you talking about? And yes, you were crying. You were mad and crying. Come on, listen. This not what the fucking dude. I was like, look at the dates on these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
1983.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you even reading this shit? Like,
you're doing this at 5 years.
Yeah, you a nasty little boy. I'm like, why even reading this shit? You're supposed to go in and get one document. You had time to scroll.
They didn't have emails back then.
Oh shit!
I said you had time to scroll all the way back to fucking 3 years. Why you keep them in here? I was like, all the motherfuckers is in there. Show me, tell me the last time you see me send an email from there. You don't. Okay. So why are you digging up old shit? You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't understand it. I was really pissed. I told her I was
so
offended.
hurt. No, not by him. I was so hurt by previous relationships that it was just, to me, it was hard for me to trust people. I remember I'm like, fuck, gotta find something. I'm gonna find something. Because it's too good to be true,
It's like one of those things, if you go looking, you're going to find.
No, I understand that and that's
you're like, let it just end now. Let it, if it's not for me, it's not for me now. Why do I got to go through this shit? So that's the reason I was just so over it back then with dating, with everything. So I was just like, it's not going to be another one.
So by snooping and getting all that information, did it make you feel more comfortable about me?
No, because
did you get the what was it, the criminal check and shit too, D, or
Wendy went ahead and did.
Are you serious? Fucking Wendy?
Wendy did some sort of background credit check on me. Or
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys talk about it all the time. She called her and was like, Carol. Then she looked at some. No, you don't have any kids. I had all my info and shit. It was the most craziest shit. Real
Smart.
stuff.
You gotta, cover your bases, make sure. So, but no, I remember when I went snooping, I did feel bad after that. I'm like, fuck, why did I do this? It was not.
So
That's the I crossed the.
Not your other niggas.
I crossed the.
Yeah, of course. But then what I mean. It's the setup or the disappointment. You know what I mean? It just becomes so common. You know what I mean? And dudes ain't shit. I'd hate to.
A lot of single people ain't shit.
Well, no,
it's just not
facts.
dudes.
Facts.
It's
Well, no
ladies.
facts. because now women are fucking portraying to be dudish, you know what I mean, as far as characteristic, and actually doing it better than what the fuck we was doing, you know what I
Well,
mean?
even when, back in the day, there was still ain't shit women. It was just ain't shitted differently. Times have changed, So it just goes back to that trauma and how that affects, So then I understood how old shit would affect her, and how, okay, there's somebody who I know has trust issues. It's gonna be hard for me to deal with that. Do I really want that? Do I really want that? I had a conversation with my pops before we had gotten married, and he said, "What's the one thing that you don't? What's your biggest issue with her? What's the one thing?" I said, "Probably the fact that she's angry, but not angry at me. She's angry at other things." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "So how are you gonna deal with that?" And I was
You
like,
never told me that.
"I've told you. I've told you before we got married."
Why asking people for opinions?
It was asked of me, and I had a conversation.
Oh,
So
okay. I thought you were asking.
I just said, "Hey, I'm not gonna meet it with anger. I'm not angry. I got to find out why she's angry and help her with that anger. And if I can't talk to her about it, then that's something that ownership on her part, and me allowing her to communicate that, and me allowing her to get help in whatever way is the only way I'm gonna be able to make that happen. So you got to know, I guess, what you're getting to, in those situations, and shit, to be caught catfished with somebody is that's rough.
I think the question is whose name is on the lease. Like, is it hers or is it his?
How about if it's
so
Yeah,
if
she
it's
went to go be with him.
so she's living with him and now has nowhere to kind of go. Do you write it out with the guy who you've been living with, but just has a different name and is 2 years older than you thought? Instead of Roy, it's Carlos. And instead of 30, he's 32. I mean, what is that conversation like?
But it's not just the name and the age. He was also,
Yeah, the other women are there too, right?
Entertaining other women.
Right. But if he's been, I guess like he's been there with you. I don't know.
How
That's
do you not have anybody else? Like, I don't know. To go to, like, if you will find that
They're
shit out.
locked. They're
People put all
quarantined.
their eggs in one basket, and
Oh,
like,
They're
up there in
quarantined. They're in
London.
London. They're not.
they're in a real.
It's a
lockdown,
different
yeah.
quarantine. It's not like us. These are cats chilling on the balcony doing push-ups because they can't go anywhere else. Cali has been very laxed.
No, but it's just like he's not who he says he is.
Of course, yeah.
I'm fearful of my life.
Yeah.
They
I
wouldn't.
think that's big too. Yeah. So you would ask him to leave?
No,
Go
well,
get
it's
the
his
COVID,
place. How am I
motherfucker.
gonna
Yeah,
ask
if
him
his
to leave
name
it
is
to
on
his
the
place?
lease.
But how do you not know this shit? Like,
So would
no.
you?
Before you
How
move
you?
in.
Yes.
I guess you just didn't do the work.
Well, bitch, yeah.
No.
Now you know.
So it's her fault for not doing the work? How would you handle that as a man, Simon? You find out the lady that you've been shacked up with COVID style for a little bit. Her name is Regina. And she's I don't know, 38. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, man. Well, I'm quarantining with my baby. I ain't going with no Regina and no shit. Like, nah, but
No, of
if
course
I
I'm
was-
saying hypothetically. I'm
Nah, but hypothetically, if I've been catfished,
He's scared. You gotta. First of all, let me just clarify that when I'm answering this question, I'm not talking about my real life. I'm talking about the fantasy life that I don't
He's
want to
smart.
live.
He's a smart man.
Go
no,
ahead.
but I mean, see, we dudes. I would give a fuck.
So you let Regina run around the crib?
I don't give a fuck, man. You know what? She could have all the passcodes, all the fucking chats and shit like that. Just show me the W-2 and
So as long as she's bringing in some money,
as long as she bringing some money, her name could be on the list. I don't give a fuck. You know, like shit. I ain't going nowhere. You know,
So
you,
she's like,
you
call
got
me-
some chicken in the freezer and some drink in the fridge. We cool. Shit.
on Monday call me Samantha. On Tuesday call me Regina. You cool with
Yeah, I
that?
don't
You,
give a fuck.
you
know
look at
what
the
I mean?
calendar. Hey Samantha, how you doing? Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know.
I'd forget by Wednesday, but you know.
I would just feel like, damn, it's a lie from jump. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's a fucked up situation to be, because if I'm throwing you to the streets where you might get COVID, it's like, damn, but You would have to be a really big person to be like, you know what? Let's try to live separately. You live your life, I live my life.
But they're stuck in the same apartment.
That's what I'm saying. Can you coexist in one apartment, or can you
As
live
roommates,
separately
maybe.
as roommates? Hey, you're gonna start paying this.
I mean, what else hasn't he lied in? I wouldn't trust it. Like,
You about to be a roomie? They're about to be a roomie. Damn.
I think it's more like why would you lie about your age and your name?
Well, obviously, because you're trying to hide. You're trying to hide the fact that you have all these other females.
Is that the reason, or are you like some weird pedophile that
exactly.
you're not trying to let me know?
You wouldn't feel. What
Did
else
you
is he
murder
not lying
someone?
about?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would be like, hell no, I ain't risking my life.
Would you request immediate background check and identification proof that?
Not to him. I'll be
Late for that.
I'll be calling. I'm like, hey, I need help.
Oh,
Shit.
So even if you really love this person, like you love them, you
No,
really
he don't love
them.
you back
At
if
all.
he's lying. And why the fuck should you think he ain't planning something bigger? Nah.
So what if he told you, I was a player, and I'm no longer a player because I've fallen in love with you?
This guy seen too
But
many
you're- but
Bill
you're
Bellamy
saying that
But you
movies.
haven't given me your real name.
Yeah, these chats
The
are
recent chats, yeah, he couldn't get out of that. No, I mean it's fucked up. That's a fucked up, like I said, fucked up situation to be in because you literally do have to find another place to go if she's not on the lease. If it's her and he's not, then he's got to go, and you're throwing him to possible infection. But fuck it,
So
hopefully
do
he's
you
got his
think-
mama's
all right,
couch.
so do you think she's still there?
I think in what I read, hold on, give me a second. I think in what I read, yeah, she's still there.
Oh shit.
We work in separate rooms, prepare our meals together, watch films, and
So they're still together.
so they're still together. Yeah,
She like him.
yeah. He's DMing other chicks. He was going by Alex.
Oh, she had his real name.
She found out all his information by going through his password.
No, but she
No,
had his.
she had a fake name.
She had a fake name
Fake age and everything.
and everything.
So he played her, but she just the fact she couldn't go nowhere.
I think she's gonna end up in one of those shows where it's like he found the body somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah. So he romanced her online for 2 years. Then they met in real. Life. And then the quarantine happened, and then he moved in with. She moved in with him, and then he just continued to live his fake life online. So obviously he was probably one of these online player dudes, and then he maybe fell for her, and was just like, you know what?
Not hard enough.
This is the
Still
one.
checking what's
Well,
out
yeah,
there.
and maybe that was his intent first, like, oh, this is the one, but never was so addicted to being the online player dude and the interactions he's getting from dealing with all these multiple women or whatever, and not having to put the effort into a relationship, probably was addicted to that and couldn't step away from the attention that he got there, and probably really did love this chick. But at what point I'm in this relationship with you now? It's a fucking lie. I know it's a lie. I love you.
But how are you gonna love someone and give them a fake name? It's like when you're lying in bed and she's calling you by a different name. Like that's not really you.
But at what point do you look her in the eye and say, "I love you, but my name is Ted"?
How about before
shit.
she moves in? How about before she
Right,
packs
but
up
it's
her
still that- is
stuff?
that
But
still-
that threatens the fact of her moving
If it's
in.
Right.
love,
You
it's
dropped the
love.
bomb.
If it's
So,
not, it's not.
well, so it should be if that's the case, if it's love, it's love. It should be it's love, right? So if at a month I say, baby, this whole time you've been calling me Dion. My name is really Agapito. And I'm 34, not 30. How are you gonna react?
No, those are very important. Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So, 3 years down the road, hey babe. Sorry,
Again?
my name is Agapito, and I'm 34 years old. But now we're 3 years into it.
No, it's like, how are you gonna? I don't know. 3 years is. But why? Like, no. Like, I can't. Like, no. Like, why? Why were you lying to me? Why did it take you 3 years?
because I had some warrants I was trying to run.
Like, why wouldn't you
And
think I wouldn't
cleared
understand that?
I cleared it up because I don't know. I didn't know if you would understand it.
So you were lying to me.
I
You were
killed a
trying to
midget.
benefit
It's
from
a
this.
lie. A lie is a lie. Is a lie is a lie.
But I love you, and that's the truth because look at the love that we have. Look at our life. If I didn't share this with you, then you would
You
never
didn't
know.
share it with me.
The
I'm sharing with it
foundation
now.
is not there
Yeah.
because you lied.
But off my name and my age, the foundation is what we built
Why?
together.
Why did you lie about your name and your age?
Because I didn't want to go to jail.
Then why were you trying to run away from going to jail? Like, what's the
Because
story
I wanted
there?
to love you. I wanted to be with you.
Bye.
I wanted to be here for you. I got your name tatted on me.
Oh shit. Your real name.
Yeah, that's your real name. No, that's a lie. That the name you just can't really shake that.
Yeah.
That's shady. Even if you meet someone and they tell you oh, my name is Diami, and then I call you for the first time like, yeah, you met me the other night. Oh, is this Diami? Oh no, that's just my club name. My real name is Marquise. He'll be like, what?
You a performer.
Yeah.
You know, shit.
Yeah, I just try to tell the girls I meet at the club, but you seem real nice. So yeah, my name is is Lonzo. I'm gonna give you another number to call me at. That's the number you'll be reaching me at from now. So that sounds shady, the motherfucker. So that's a lie off rip that I don't think you can ever overcome from. And I think anybody who's catfishing is crazy as it is. So last but not least, before we get out of here, waitress, picture this. Go to the table. You order some drinks. Everybody at the table orders an alcoholic beverage. You go back, boom, you come back. They're like, hey, we want some more drinks. You hear one of the ladies say, oh, girl, how many weeks are you? And she says, I'm X amount of weeks. They order some more alcoholic beverages. You're the waitress. What do? Mimi, I'm going to start with you.
I overheard you're drinking. I overheard you're pregnant. I refuse to serve you alcohol.
Oh, that's what you say at the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody in agreement.
Or I would speak to the manager and say, this is a situation. It's not. I'm not good with. I'm not cool with it because I wouldn't.
So,
I mean, that's she wants to drink. That's on her, but I'm not gonna be the one serving it to her.
So a waitress went and served non-alcoholic beverages to a table, like 3 or 4 rounds of non-alcoholic beverages. The bartender was with it, and the only way the group knew was because on the actual ticket it said non-alcoholic when they went ahead and rang it up. Yeah. So this lady ended up getting fired for doing that. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's right? She got fired because she took action for herself.
I mean, I think it's
instead
beat
of
up
having
her.
her instead of
I think
having
she
her
would've said
boss.
She should have spoke to somebody about that. You can't just make that decision on your own. You gotta speak to management and say, hey, this is a situation. It's not right, and I'm not okay with it. You have somebody else
Keeping
serve
the
that
wheel
table.
goes wrong, right?
Because shit, or let me get fired for serving her alcohol knowing she's pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel bad, Simon, that she lost her job, or should she have minded her business, or did the alternative, what you guys are saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fucked up, because if she really is pregnant, she shouldn't put herself through harm. But again, it's not her judgment, as far as to what she wants to do with her body. It's fucked up that, if she was being neglectful and drinking, being pregnant and shit like that, I feel sorry for the kid. But
And that so many women were cool with co-signing that too. I feel like that was kind of crazy. If she was pregnant and her homegirls were cool with her drinking, and they knew they were doing rounds of alcohol or whatever, that's fucking crazy to me. You know what I mean? Because that's just unhealthy for your friend, the person who's pregnant. So if you don't give a fuck about the baby, you should care about your friend, because she's going to have something die inside of her, and they're going to have to take that shit out. She's going to not be well, you know what I mean, by abusing alcohol. So that's crazy to me that they're just like,
Just rolling along with
Yeah.
it.
Girl, get another hill topper or whatever. Like, fuck, that's wild. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I think go to the manager, have them handle it. And
Coming from the manager.
yeah, well, I mean, it's their call. You're the waitress. It's not your call.
Nah, true that.
You know, the manager can go out there. Store policy states, you know, that if you're pregnant, state law states we can't serve you. We could lose our liquor license. So, non-alcoholic beverages for the whole table at this point. You know what I mean? If you,
Cut them off.
yeah, if they choose not to eat any food or whatever, and you want to leave, if you guys want to leave, we'll cover the bill. And that's it. You do the right thing. You know, you probably get some social media shit popping, but at the end of the day, you did the right thing. You know, the people are going to look at it fairly for you doing that versus if it was the other way around. Pregnant lady seen getting drunk at Applebee's. That's it. That's a wrap for your franchise, especially now, cancel culture. Adios. Everybody, they'll bring TGI Friday back.
Oh,
Shit,
shit.
that's how bad that shit
But
will
it's
be.
also about knowing where you are, what your position is. You
Yeah.
can't just go making calls for people. If she wants to get fucked up, then hey, that's on her.
Yeah, but you got to
But-
know your role. Yeah,
If
and
you don't have a say, then there she goes. Now she lost her job.
yeah, get it to the person who can make that call. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out and chilling with us, and we had a good time. Babe, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here? No. Okay, no shout outs. You look tired.
Oh God, here we go.
What about you, Dan? Anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here? Anything you want to say?
You know what? I want to shout out Cardi B from what is she?
Music Woman of the Year. Yeah.
Cardi B,
Woman.
and then
Yeah, Billboard.
and then Kamala Harris.
Okay, look at
You
sign.
know,
Pro
and,
woman. What?
Hey, no, women of color, man.
Okay.
It's about time that women get recognition, and I'm gonna definitely shout them out. And
Uh-huh.
you know, I'm inspired by being the father of a daughter,
There you go.
and that that there's opportunities for our babies if we
Uh-huh.
guide them right. So
That's
shout
love,
out to them
man.
two ladies and everybody else.
That's love, man. Rachel, what about you? What would you like to say? Who would you like to shout out? Who would you like to big up?
My man.
Whoa.
You know?
Look at that, my man. Represent. How'd it make you feel, man? It make you feel good?
I mean, she make me feel like Superman.
Like
That's why
Superman.
I'm here. You understand when somebody genuinely there for you, you can't let that go. And that's with that effort and everything that you put into it. It's not effort at all because you get it right back. And that's where we at. And I'm in a beautiful place in a place that I've never been in before. So I'm appreciative and working at it every day to match what she gives me.
Yeah, you whooped. You whooped.
So shit.
Good shit, Rach.
Happily whipped.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Happily.
Hey,
You
Cool
got
Whip
him.
don't have no calories or no carbs and no sugars, so
Yeah.
we keto whipped over here.
Now you a couple more whips than the keto. But all right, thank you very much for listening to the Moraines of Diami. You are tired.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Mimi.
You are tired and beautiful, Mimi. And we gone. Thank you. Peace.
Adios. I forgot.